episode 35. Welcome back.
With our buddy Sean. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little out of it. My brain turned off when I was like, I got to wrap it up because I got stuff to do. Sean Basham's on. Wonderful. Lovely. I'm staring at him in the face as he sits here in silence. Individual.
Handsome.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but when we do the intros,
most of the time we're doing them right next to the guest.
And they're literally just sitting there as we're talking them up.
It's pretty much the same exact feeling as when you're sitting at a table and everyone's singing happy birthday to you, but you don't know what to do. You don't know what to say. Do you sing along? Do you clap? No, you just stare at everyone and smile. And that's what we make our guests do during the intro.
It's also kind of like
Sean.
It's kind of like a podcast within itself because like they can't say anything and we get to say whatever we want. Lovely individual, one of the genuinely no bullshit, one of the nicest fucking people I've ever met in my life.
This dude picks up litter without asking and without it being his own litter. He just picks it up and puts it in the trash. We have an angel on this episode.
Great fucking dude. And we're excited to have him on. So without further ado, help us welcome our guest, Sean Basham, as we start the episode now.
Yes!
Welcome to the Nick and Tub podcast. That was good. Again, solid. Always fucking stoked on it.
I want that fucking dumb podcast. I like it. It's fucking good shit.
That was so good.
Dude, this is the best fucking thing we've ever done.
All right, we got the first Caleb P out of the way. I feel good about this.
Oh, yeah.
This is
The
good.
first Caleb
Got the
P.
first one done,
Dude, the
man.
difference between people who listen and people who have never listened to an episode is crazy. You're like, we got the first Caleb P out of the way. You know what you're talking
Fucking
about.
solid.
Dylan
man.
came in here wearing a gray shirt and was like, but I have no idea what you guys do. And you're in here like, I know every detail.
So do we clap now?
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, fucking
Solid.
so happy. Seriously, most nervous part. This is smooth sailing from here on out.
Was the clap?
Dude. I didn't want to be one of the guests that fucked it up. You know?
We should have like a wall of shame.
Oh yes, totally.
And just of people who couldn't get the clap.
The second that we clap, if it's off, you just get hit with this bright flash, and I'm standing there just like this, and it starts printing out your picture. It's immediate too.
Yes.
It's like, how did you grab that in the time that you were clapping to right now?
If you had got the clap, you wouldn't even have to be asking those questions.
I'm down for the wall of shame.
Yeah, wall of shame needs to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking might as well start it off early with Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, dude, I'm getting them all done. Like,
I love that.
We're checking all the boxes like first 5 minutes in.
There is a picture that I am going to buy once I can replenish my fucking funds from this move that somebody made for him, for Joe Rogan. And it is one of the most solid fucking photos I've ever seen of him. And I'm getting it printed and it's going in the podcast area.
Oh my fucking
in a
God.
big ass fucking frame. It's going to be like a 3 foot by 4 foot frame and it's just going to be him.
Can you email me the raw?
If anybody wants to know what I'm talking about,
That's incredible.
It's Joe Rogan on a bear with a joint in his mouth,
A bald eagle on his shoulder.
a fucking
podcast mic in front of him,
a crossbow on his back, aliens abducting what I'm gonna say is Jamie in the background, just because like why not be Jamie?
Why not?
With a fucking American flag wrapped around the bear's foot.
Yeah.
That was a good throw.
Thank you.
But
Practice yourself on throwing a lot.
wow, what a fucking
Yeah,
photo.
that's Joe Rogan right there.
That's good.
That encompasses Joe Rogan.
It's literally just missing elk meat and DMT, and it would just be like the.
Bet you anything it's
All of
somewhere
it.
hidden in there.
I know it's
Just
like
didn't have
hanging
time
out
to
of the
look
bear's mouth. Totally miss it.
We don't even know where to fucking start.
Man, we're started. Like that's the great thing about this.
Just because
We're
like
already here.
there's so much that I already know about you.
yeah, there's like we could literally start anywhere.
Okay,
man.
let's just
There's-
go off of what Caleb was fucking freaking out about before he went to the bathroom.
What the fact you have one ply toilet paper?
Wow.
That's
Oh, no, we're gonna
it's
have to
a
edit that out.
a worthy topic to start on. Nick, tell us a little bit about that.
Anybody else that has that's gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with that? And other people are gonna be like, yeah, that's a bloody asshole, dude.
You've been wiping your ass with literally the toilet seat covers.
It's fucked up. Actually, I think that's exactly
That's
what it
pretty
is.
accurate. Yeah, that's
It's what's there.
They might be just a little bit thicker though. So,
Yeah, just a
You know
little
how
bit.
you have that toilet paper that's just like the backup in case you forgot to go shopping for toilet? That's what that is. It's literally
my
just
backup
sitting
is
there.
actually an extra ply.
It's 9 ply.
It's cloth.
It's a dish towel.
I work with canvas.
Oh, God.
I actually I just hide a sock in the tank.
That's so fucking gross.
Caleb's
It
lying.
comes
Caleb's
moist.
lying. He doesn't even have toilet paper. He has a bidet.
A bidet?
He just fucking gets squirted every
Do you
time.
use that as backup?
Have, have you ever experienced a bidet
No,
before?
but I hear they're really amazing.
Dude,
There's a video on my phone of the first time I ever experienced one because
Wait,
Caleb
wait,
told me
wait,
to record
wait,
my response.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
You
so
gotta
when
show me
we-
that after
when we
this.
went- when we went to
That's a
Vegas-
weird-
I still have it.
That's a weird fucking thing to ask for, but I want to see you experiencing a bidet.
that's why you need the video. But when we went to Vegas, one of the rooms we had had a bidet in it, and so
Wow,
it just
fucking
we lined all the
bougie
homies up, and we were just like, go get your enema, bro.
It had a fucking blow
Get your
dryer
ass
that
squirted,
Go get
boys.
your ass squirted.
it had
Yeah.
a blow dryer.
Initiation.
Night out of the town, get clean assholes only.
Never know who you can meet, what you can get
You
into.
you don't know what tonight's gonna lead to.
Group separates from people who did it and didn't do it. So
You hear a little squeak when you walk.
the bidet, that's so fucking gross.
It's actually really hygienic, Nick.
Jesus Christ,
Has a blow dryer that just
that's gotta be the weirdest
it
part,
hits
right?
like your asshole and your taint, and just enough to tickle you on your balls.
Dude. And the craziest part is you would think a bidet would just have like one angle, but it has a back shot and a front shot. So
they're
like
getting
if
you
you can
oh my
switch.
God.
So like it's shooting straight into your ass,
Yes,
but
God.
from behind, and then you're like, oh, that's only half of the moon. Let me get the dark side, and then you switch it over to
Oh
the
my
front,
God.
and then it shoots from the front, and it literally is like the weirdest shit ever. Like you hear your guy friend. Like you're chilling in the main living room area of the hotel room, and then you hear your guy friend like, "Oh, like, he's on the bidet."
I love how you described it as the bidet giving you back shots. It's
Yeah,
really,
no,
it's really cute.
I was thinking of going even deeper into it, but I was like, no, I'll just keep it subtle.
Yeah, you were.
How deep exactly?
G spot.
Hi,
Was
Sean.
this the episode you
No,
expected?
this man.
Is this what you wanted?
This is what I wanted. Give me more. I want it all.
The thing before the fucking toilet paper that you saw
Yeah, sorry to expose you.
was the fact that his brother has, what is it, Irish?
It is Irish. yes.
Irish.
Yeah, we are
Like
Irish.
a thick Irish accent.
It is very thick.
Caleb wants more of an explanation, but like,
Yeah, I mean,
I was given an explanation.
that's really,
It's
you know,
literally
it's
the
really,
only,
yeah,
like,
it's
part
not.
of
There's
But, like-
nothing more to it.
Yeah, but it's just so crazy that like some people come over to the States and lose their accent, and then some people never lose their accent.
Right. No,
And-
no, I do really think it's just like case per case. Cause like there's some, like if it occasionally happens to me, like if I'm around a British person for a long period of time, it'll happen.
Dude.
If I'm around a Southerner with like a really thick accent, like it'll start, like I'll get y'allin and, hey, yeehaw and all that shit. But I don't know. I'm
the same way. Like,
I think it's because the Irish, it's not a like it's very specific. Like English, like the
It's not a
English,
mainstream
yeah,
accent?
like the English accent's very easy to roll into.
Yeah.
Like like you can kind of feel comfortable doing it personally.
yeah,
And same with the like
like you want to
Southern.
get like a Southern accent or like a
Yeah.
Mexican accent.
Right,
like
right.
those are generally easier to pick
Yeah,
up,
it's
at least
just-
for Californians.
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like that's just my take on it. It could be something fucking totally different. I have no science backing that up whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm somewhat convinced that white people have a gene in them to help them accommodate the British accent.
100%.
I think
Agree
that's
with that.
like you can literally keep a child locked up from birth till 10 and they can walk out and be like, hello. It's 100% nature,
Yeah,
0%
absolutely,
nurture.
Yes. 100%. 100%. Was it your guys' podcast you were talking about like accents? I feel like I remember hearing that. And like, oh fuck, was that you guys?
I brought up the fact that I thought that I think,
or maybe I was reading some shit.
man, it's
somewhere. I
fucking
don't remember.
blurred. I don't remember. But I think I brought up the fact that like if I went to another country, I would immediately pick up on the accent because
Yeah.
that's just like how I am.
That's what it was. I don't-
Because like if
Yeah.
I were to go to England and I were to live there for like, I don't know, like a week, I literally would
I
start
have no constitution.
like start saying bollocks. Like,
It's a fun word to say. You should just start saying it anyways.
yeah, but like,
that's actually funny because Hold on. Can I hear myself? Can I hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you actually bring that closer to you?
Nick, anything for you.
Like a fist?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That's good.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah.
So Autogate taking it
There's a
all out.
lot, dude. When you move places, I'm gonna get back to the bollocks thing. When you move places,
Best sentence ever.
it's really fucking different. Like everything changes when it comes to doing like audio or something.
Right.
Like my brother's room, he had to completely redo it and whatnot. And with this room, I'm still learning the acoustics and learning where to put fans and how to keep my fucking room from cooking. Which, are you doing fine? The fan's good?
Yeah, no, I feel
okay,
great.
cool.
Yeah.
You
It's
good?
great. It's not reaching him whatsoever.
Yeah,
Are
don't
you
touch
good?
me, though.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay,
No,
cool.
no, I actually do. It feels really good. That one's hit me, so
Nice.
I'm nice and cool.
Especially for you, because like
Yes, I have a body temperature of an average of 101.
brain's cooking at all
Yeah,
times.
yeah. I'm going to be brain dead by the time I'm 29.
The bollocks thing, when my brother got testicular cancer, my brother Matt,
Right.
when he got it removed and everything, they made shirts, him and his wife, for the family.
Oh, Lord.
It's a gray shirt, of course, and it's got the
Runs the
ribbon
family.
for
It's
testicular
a
cancer
weird
on it, and
color.
it says bollocks to cancer.
Bollocks.
And I was
Nice.
like, that's
Yeah,
pretty clever.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
So we all have
that's
one of
actually
those.
not as like cheesy as I thought it was
No,
going to
no,
be. Like
it was funny.
Yeah.
it was pretty good, as well as like his name being, because it's spelled Matthew or Matt, Matt, and then
okay.
now that he lost a testicle, it's Matt with one T. Which, I mean, the coolest part about that,
Get it legally changed.
Yep, absolutely.
the coolest part about that whole thing was, well, not coolest, I guess craziest, was there was these cups that our mom made for us when we were when she was around when we were like teenagers, and they were Christmas cups, and they all had our name written on them, like Nicholas, and then all the other like full names.
Yeah.
So his said Matthew. And there was one day, and this was after he got cancer and the whole thing, Matt with one T came up, and I just opened up the cupboard one day, and there was his coffee cup was sitting there. He never took it.
Right.
And the fucking THEW was off. So it just said MAT, and I took a picture of it, and I was like, Mom knew.
I was like,
Oh, no.
Mom always knew.
that's some dark shit.
But yeah, I thought that was fucking wild, dude. That,
No, that's insane.
Of all things to completely come off, it was that.
Total
Go
backpedal.
for it. You're good.
Backpedal.
Yeah.
I remember what the thought was. I don't remember where the fuck I heard it, but I was listening to something and they were talking about how the English that we speak in America is closer to Old English.
That was our podcast.
yeah.
This,
Okay, yeah.
Our accent
Yes.
is the actual English
Yeah,
accent, and then people in Great Britain actually fucking change their
right,
accent.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was you guys. I'm
Take
like, I don't
that,
listen to that.
redcoats.
I don't listen to that much fucking shit. So I was like, it's like you guys and occasionally the fucking radio. So
Yeah, literally.
Do you still listen to what's his name?
yeah, I do. Yeah. It's, you guys like MFCEO.
Yeah.
Andy Frisella. Yeah.
Yeah.
I listen to you guys and him. Those are the two fucking podcasts I listen to.
Okay.
We made the list.
You made the list.
made the cut,
I
baby.
downloaded,
List of two people.
I downloaded Spotify for you guys.
Oh, fuck
Wow. Wait, did you like subscribe to Spotify?
No, I don't have premium.
I was about to
Do
say.
you get ads
just
in the middle of the podcast?
No, not you. No, I don't get ads in your podcast. No, but like
Okay.
when I listen to
I was
music,
going to say, we don't get a cut of that?
yeah, you're like, what?
you don't get ads because we don't run ads
Oh,
because we're not monetized.
run ads.
I believe that's how it works.
How like what's your? Do you know like the threshold, like what you have to be at before you can run ads?
For
Start
Spotify,
making that money,
no.
I was looking up the requirements to get sponsors for podcasts, and it's like, I think a 15-second ad is like $20 to $30 per 1,000 listeners or something like that.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Per 1,000 listeners on that
Not bad
episode,
at all.
or per 1,000 listeners. Period.
Average.
I'm not sure. I
I
don't know.
I'm assuming
I
it's
would presume. Yeah, I would presume per episode.
I was going to
'cause,
say
like,
per episode because
Yeah.
otherwise that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
I mean that's dope. We haven't
I'm gonna
broken
confirm it
1,000
real
yet.
quick.
yeah.
I think we just broke 500.
Really? Oh fuck yeah, dude, that's
on,
awesome.
on Tess's episode.
Did we
Oh,
really?
That's awesome. That's
Damn.
so cool. Well, I mean, yeah, that
Like a combination of like YouTube, Spotify, and
Yeah.
whatnot. You have to kind of accumulate all of it together,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I think that's how it
So,
works out.
okay, so yeah, it's
fucking
a
nightmare in today's world with
15 second pre-roll before the episode is $15 to $20 per 1,000 listens. 60-second mid-roll is $20 to $25 per 1,000 listens, and 30-second post-roll is 10 to 20 per 1,000 listens.
Yeah, nobody wants to be at the end.
Yeah. And then
I would
there's-
only ever do it in the beginning or end.
I would never
Yeah,
do it in the
it's-
middle.
It's
can't
so
stand
it,
that
yeah, it
shit.
takes you out so
It
much.
does.
Like
It's so fucked up. And it
makes
pays
you-
more, but fuck it. No.
Yeah, like skipping it in the beginning or skipping it in the middle is way more frustrating just because like you
You have
don't
to find where it
yeah,
actually
and like you
starts
said,
again.
it takes you out of it. So
Yeah.
I'm never.
I do. I try to support YouTubers when I'm like watching videos and like not skip ads. But I'm
you
like,
are
I'm
a gem.
but I'm like, I don't really care.
I don't really care. I love that you cringe for it.
I do, man, because I like you know a lot of these guys are like that. They're making money doing that, and like a
Yeah.
lot of them that's their living. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like
15 minutes.
yeah. For the most part, like I'm not paying shit for this.
yeah,
Why not? And I will not subscribe to YouTube Red because fuck that.
right.
Oh, dude, I
It's,
love it.
Oh, dude, I can't do it. It's
I
just,
love it.
there's too many things. There's too many things.
Yeah, I only do it because I consume so much YouTube and I lock my phone when I listen. Like I treat every video like a
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
So it's worth the bang for my buck.
I-
and money goes to the YouTuber. So.
Right. Dude, that was such a because like when they were running that, I remember like being able to close YouTube like when they first started doing that. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then it stopped. I was like, what the fuck happened? And I was like, oh, I gotta pay for it now? Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want
Because
to
I
spend money on it.
totally fucking forgot to tell you the things to not mention for
Okay.
like our sake. I sent you a text of just like the two things.
Let me go read that.
I mean,
one.
one of the main ones is like my address.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, no one's gonna drop an
Oh, you
exact.
mean?
No one's ever gonna drop an exact address, especially because they don't know it.
Yeah, I was
But-
like, to be fair, I don't know address. I barely know my own address. I know all direction by just knowing where to go.
Yeah.
it's
like-
these lefts and rights and straights.
Yeah,
No,
we literally
like,
could like be like, oh yeah, it's on this side of the city.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
Okay, I know
It's
which
just
side
it's
of the
one of
railroad
those things
tracks to
that's
check.
like you
Yeah.
know you never want because listening to podcasts sometimes that's one thing you know is always going to be avoided is addresses, and then when they do get mentioned, it's like one of those taboo. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because it's not only like out there to the internet, but like it's out there permanently.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a lot of people hear it, but it's a lot of people can access that information at any
Right.
given moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which that brings me to, you know what? Let's just talk. Okay, unless did we close on your brother?
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
Okay,
I feel
so you
we're-
know the
we're
story.
past it.
Yeah.
For anybody listening that doesn't know, your brother has a thick Irish accent
does. Because we lived apart younger. He lived in Ireland and I did not.
and that was literally it.
And that's it. And now
You
he
guys just got
doesn't, and
separated at what when you were
before I was born because like he's gonna kill me. We're 3 years apart.
Oh, okay.
So like I was born yet.
and he went and lived with your grandpa?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got a thick Irish accent. I mean, thick. Sometimes there are words I can't even.
With 2 Q's.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's movie level Irish
I
accent.
remember when we went over to your place because,
Yeah.
you know what? We'll kind of branch into that too. All the different things that you guys do, just
yeah.
because I want to
Okay.
know. It's some. I always forget the name. It's hold on. It's like Punk. Is it Punk?
It is, yeah.
Okay,
That's the
so
start.
Punk TV.
You're missing a bit
I
in the
know.
middle there.
What's the middle
It's
one?
Punktown TV.
Punktown.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Damn it. Okay, so we'll get into that. But when we went over there to do the podcast, and you introduced me to, which is the most badass name ever, Castle,
Yeah.
your brother.
Oh my god,
Um,
you fucking have an Irish accent and you're named Castle.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Are you
And
shitting
he's
me?
built like a
you're
fucking shit brick
Talk-
house,
with
dude.
a big ass
Or brick
beard.
shit house.
Talk about living in a shadow, right?
Yeah, you're basically brothers with a hero.
Sean.
long
Sean.
hair, long hair and a ponytail, right? I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
and a beard,
And a beard,
just
yep.
straight up fucking lumberjack.
Monstrous fucking beard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But when we went over there, you introduced me to Castle, and I was like, you know, we're walking around the house. I'm like, where's your brother? Like, you met him? Like, who? Like, Castle. I'm like,
Oh, you mean your Irish roommate?
Yeah, the big fucker in the chair.
And then he's like, yeah, that's me, but I'm not even gonna try
Yeah.
and mimic that fucking
Well, and the
accent.
other, like we don't like. I don't think we look anything alike. Like I don't think
Oh,
I look
you
anything
do.
like my siblings.
I see it a
really,
little.
like a little bit in like the cheeks, kind of.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
Well, I mean, I can't see the rest of Castle's face, so I
Right.
wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
analyze it anyway.
that's a good
it's
point.
hidden.
So Punktown TV is one of the coolest fucking ideas that you guys, honestly, it's such a fucking different idea that
Yeah, it's very original.
it's
Yeah.
like Anchorman. You know, that is
Right.
what I got from
Right.
it. But Anchorman of podcasts, video games,
Here,
just go
Run-
for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Run
Well,
us past
so
it.
so it's been a long time coming. Like we've been doing shit for years. Like fucking, I don't even remember the last time or like when we started. It probably like 2008, 2009, somewhere around there, like just doing stupid shit on YouTube. And like it evolved from us doing just like being idiots on YouTube and like making stupid content that had no purpose or value or anything, to like kind of getting into the industry and like starting to see like holes and like problems that we were like, man, it would be really easy to fix this with like.
And in what industry exactly?
So like just like entertainment of the internet. Like,
Yeah, okay.
YouTube, Instagram, like cosplayers, just like that type of thing, podcasting, streaming.
Yeah,
I know. I say industry. That's super fucking vague. Thank you for
Yeah, I just was
clarify.
like, it's like that could be,
What
that could be
industry are you talking
the
about, Sean?
dessert industry.
The shoemaking industry.
We run a haberdashery.
Yeah, we're super into cobbling. We just noticed a lot of problems with the cobbling industry, and we decided to fix it.
We're worth billions.
Man, there's fucking money in cobbling. I don't know.
No.
I mean, shoes
might be.
break, man. Shoes break.
You're
right?
like, well,
They
our
need
cobble
fixing.
streamers don't get any views.
Yeah, our cobbled streams don't get a lot of views, but whatever.
How many people do you think in the world do that?
Now it's so few. Like, it's such a
Like
specialty.
small town people.
Yeah, it's very like specialized because people don't get their shoes cobbled unless they spend like a lot of money on them. And they're like, I love my shoes. So of the, let's round up 7 billion people, probably like 9, I would say.
9
If
what?
you're
People cobble.
Oh, 9.
of the 7 billion, about 9 billion cobble.
Everyone's a fucking cobbler. So yeah, it was like we noted, like we were going to conventions and like we were trying to like get on YouTube, as every child that grew up in the early 2000s was.
Yeah.
And
You mean it's free?
what I can famous
Just an email. I have an email.
be entertaining, rapping, funny jokes.
You say
Shane
rapping?
Dawson. Yeah, no, we didn't rap. I swear to God.
I was about to say I need to see these.
No.
I love this. Your boy Guzzle.
No, fuck God, I'm so glad we never did that. No, ours is much dumber. Like, it's not, dude. I'll have to find our old videos. They're really fucking stupid. Like, it's not even worth it being on the internet. But like we were just doing shit, and we just kept noticing holes and like a really big gap of like people who were really talented but like couldn't really get a foothold, and people who were like kind of talented and either got lucky or like, you had the occasional one that worked really hard and then eventually broke through. But for the most part, what we were noticing is just like this huge gap of like, you have just really big people and like really small people, and there's no really in between. There's not like a middle ground.
Yeah.
Or there wasn't. Like when we were like, that I feel like that problem's kind of
Evaporating.
it's going away because people are trying harder.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of people that are just like, fuck it, man. I'm going to, like, you guys are a prime fucking example. You guys are awesome. And you're, building up, and you guys are the reason, and obviously not specifically because that would be weird because I haven't known you guys that long, but your type are the reason why we wanted to do what we're doing is help
We're a prime
smaller
example.
creators. Yeah. Help smaller creators in whatever way possible, whether that like provide equipment, provide just help in like, hey, this is what you could
Like
do.
marketing.
Yeah.
or
Marketing, like,
mentoring.
all that stuff.
So you guys are like, if you were to Google Punktown TV definition, what would Google pop up for the definition of your brand?
Sorry, I was going to make a really stupid joke there and decided not to. That's actually kind of a tough question.
Like a entertainment conglomerate.
Yeah, like an advertising / modeling, quote unquote, agency / entertainment production company
management,
management company. Like, there's not. I don't. And this sounds so pretentious, but I don't think there's really like a.
You can't
like
really define
you can't
Punktown
define
TV.
Punktown, man. We're above it all. So
You got to read between the lines, man.
no, and we're not super special, but I feel like, and you guys kind of said it, but and again, not to sound pretentious because I hate it, but there's not really anything, or there's not a lot of companies out there doing what we're trying to do.
Fuck yeah,
you know, because our goal isn't like making money off of people either. Like we do have goals to make money, obviously, because that's business and you can't do things without money.
Yeah, you need profit to stay alive.
But yeah, exactly. Which, man, that's a conversation. But like our goal, and especially with like helping people, it's not to make money off of them ever. Like that's not our intention. So whenever we offer our hand to somebody, it's our bottom line is not to make money off of you. It's to legitimately.
It's actually not a bottom line at all.
It's not. No, it's really not. It's to help you. And if you decide that like you love what we do and you want to stay with us and help us make money, fucking awesome. But if you're like, hey, thanks for your help, I'm gonna go do my own thing, fucking cool. That's we encourage that just as much as
it builds reputation. Yeah. It builds connections.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fun helping people, you know?
Okay, that's very true.
Yeah, it really is. And that's one of our biggest things is like we really like the helping. Could you not bump your mic? Thanks.
I fucking
Sorry, Nick.
Just go ahead, Sean. Just take control of it all, please. I'll show myself out.
Yeah, Nick, you can leave.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sean and Tub podcast.
Yeah.
I love how many renditions of that joke are made on an episode to episode basis. It's so great. There was
I love how
Dead and Tub podcast.
Well, has it ever has anyone like taken Tub out and like it been Nick and no, it's always
no. I'm always gone.
I feel like
the anchor bitch.
Well, I was like, I feel like because Tub's second, so it's easier just to like throw your name on top of that.
And
so
Tub
like,
just rolls.
Yeah, it does. And Tub.
And Nick's just expendable. So
Well, it's like because actually the Nick and Sean podcast. That kind of sorry, Tub, you're out. Nick, we're good.
Man, this is how it
we're
feels.
Now
changing
you
it up.
apologize.
Yeah, sorry.
See, but here's the thing: like he got an apology when you kicked him out. You said Nick just leave. So see, this is where the weight kind of.
So you need to apologize for the wrong apology.
Right. Okay. Sorry for being a dick. Tub, get out. Nick and Sean, here we go.
Did you say Dick and Sean? How dare you?
Yeah. Sorry, that's the later. That's
Even when you win, you still lose.
Hold on, sorry. That's the After Dark. That's After Dark. The Dick and Sean podcast After Dark.
Oh shit!
Just real quick, I feel
Featured
bad.
on Puck
Ooh, I feel bad for anybody named Dick and that's their actual name.
Poor Richard.
So rude, dude.
Like actually being
That's their name is Dick.
Dick,
or
not
Bob.
Richard.
No, not Richard.
Yeah.
Like their name is Dick.
Yeah.
Their parents are dicks.
Literally.
Like you're a horrible person if you're like, what would be a good name for my son? Dick.
Genitalia.
Yeah,
genitalia.
But just finishing my point, like I think it's highly underrated in all industries is like helping people. It's because that like it's pretty much no matter what you're doing, whether that be helping someone laugh or helping someone figure something out in their life or whatever it is, every industry, it's about helping people.
You rarely run across that in, like you just said, in any industry.
Especially entertainment.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
always to get a leg up, to get cut a check, to network. It's
obvious when there are, and you're right, there's very few and far between, but it's obvious when someone is doing it for something, like for somebody or like for the audience or whatever, because it shows. You're like I want to keep consuming this, whatever it is, because they want me to, they're doing this for me, whatever it is.
Yeah. See, one of my old jobs, a job where I actually met you at
Signs and Designs.
Yeah. It's so fucking weird to think that I knew you then and I didn't actually know you.
Right.
And then you're like, yeah, dude, I used to pick up stuff from you.
Yeah.
I fucking have no idea.
World's a weird place, man.
Yeah.
Fucking small.
But one of that job, the woman that owns it, shout out to you, April. She was a fucking kick-ass individual. Like, if you get like your birthday off and you get it paid, and then like almost every holiday was often paid. Christmas, you got like a week off.
That's
and
so dope.
She would always help you. Like if you were for some reason short on money, she was always there to like back you up. If you did a certain job that was a little strenuous, she would always add a bonus on your check. And it was like people like you make the world such a better place. Like
100%.
I worked there 2.5 years and not a single day do I regret working for her. Some of the coworkers that I had don't really care for them.
Yeah.
I mean that was years ago, so it's fine now. But like working for her was an absolute pleasure. And it's the same thing now for the boss that I have now. Like I bought him a coffee because he asked me to, because he was running a little late. So
Because you told me to.
So he went and he told me to pick it up, and I did. It's like a $6 coffee, which is fucking ridiculous. And
Stupid.
I asked him, just because of all the money that I've been spending here, like, this is the dude that fucking buys the flights and the hotels and feeds me on work days when he doesn't need to.
You
He
were like,
just
that
does
coffee
it.
was $6. Can you shoot 3?
And I asked him, I said, hey man, I'm really like penny pinching hard. Like, I'm really trying not to spend a lot of money. Do you mind just shooting it back? And he shot me $20 and said, put some gas in your tank, you broke bitch. And I was just like,
I love the comment.
like,
That's
but that point of just, you don't
Right.
find people like
Right.
that, dude.
Absolutely.
Like, people that
He's like, damn, who the fuck pays you, bro?
do a better job, man. God.
Penny pinching.
Jesus.
oh shit.
Boss must be a
He's
dick.
a
Who do you
little,
work for?
He's a little behind on the podcast right now, so when he comes across this, I'll probably get a text. But
Thanks for listening. No.
he listens to every single
That's awesome.
episode.
That's
But
cool, man.
he's a really good dude. And
Yeah.
the whole point of finding people like that in industry, I have met people time and time again where it was just them getting ahead.
Yeah.
And once they were done with somebody, it was just fucking brush off your hands and be done with it.
See you later. What was your name again?
Yeah,
Footstool?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
her.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's sad too because that works for a while, but eventually it catches up to you, and then you're fucked. Like,
And then nobody wants to work with you.
right. Instead of like taking the hard route and actually like caring about people and like maybe not doing so well yourself for, you know, maybe your first 10 years and like paying off in the long term, people are like, no, I want good now. So I'm just gonna, you know, fuck you.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't, dude. I've seen it time and time again. That fucks people over. And it may not do it right away. It may take 10, 20 years, but eventually it comes around.
Yeah.
Always.
And even if it for some reason doesn't come around, they still, I really do believe in this. Like, people that are just kind of shitty or just don't care for others are typically miserable people.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But people are like, oh, but there are some people that just don't care. Sure, you have your sociopaths, that's fine. But
Right.
like, majority of people are just miserable, spend their time fucking crying when they're alone or just hating themselves
There's-
or hating their life.
They're skeletons in the closet, and that's why they're acting the way they are. Like, when you are happy and when you are genuinely feeling fulfillment and you're just like on cloud 9, you have no urges to just go fuck someone over.
Right.
That's not even a thought in your head. You're just like, wow, I'm overflowing with so much joy. I should spread it and share it with others. And like, it's the same idea that like when a country goes through like economic disparity, then people are really shitty to each other. And then when it goes through economic flourishment, then people are really generous and kind to each other.
Yeah.
And so typically the countries with a nice economy and everyone's giving, you know, a living wage and loving their life are typically the nicest people. You go to like Sweden or Canada and everything, and people don't have any real big problems and they're loving life and it's great. And then you go to an area where like it's just shit and the people usually are sketchy as fuck
Russia.
or rude as fuck or trying to fuck you over.
That's where you find diamonds in the rough. But
Yeah, of course you get
mostly it's
and
rough.
those, and that's where you find like the Snow White Puritan like
Yeah.
great people. But
Yeah. Regardless of the situation they're in, they're happy with, you know.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
they're trying to do their
And you
best,
get
yeah.
and those are people that get the fuck out of where they are because
Exactly.
of that.
Yeah.
But it tends to follow a trend. If you're happy, you tend to spread happiness, and if you're miserable, guess what you're spreading?
Yeah.
And so it's no surprise.
Well, and even like happy people, like if they have, you know, a shit week, they're not going to take it out on anybody else. They're going to, you know, figure out
how to not have another shit week.
how to not have a shit week.
Or
and-
even
and-
if it,
or
like,
seek out help on like, hey, dude, I had a shit week and I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, hey,
right.
you know,
And explaining to people like prior, like, hey, dude, I had a shit
Right.
week. Like,
Yeah,
if I come
kind
off
of
rude at
prefacing
all, I'm
it.
sorry. I'm just, you know, giving you the whole rundown.
yeah, 100%.
But the fact that you guys are like that is few and far between for sure. And it's dope as shit. Did you explain the 24-hour part yet?
oh no, I didn't even get to that.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
That's
Well,
what I meant by the
We're still
anchor man.
defining it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, we kind of are because like it's constantly evolving. But yeah, so we have a Twitch channel right now. It's going to become two for two different purposes. One of them is going to, well, actually both of them are going to be 24 hours, and then eventually we're going to move.
Wait, you're going to run two 24 hours?
Yeah, because it's going to be two different things. Like we're doing one right now that's kind of gaming and like you know, talk show music, you know, podcasty stuff. Eventually, all the music podcast stuff is going to go over to on its own, and that's going to be Punktown Radio. And then we're just going to keep
A gaming channel open?
gaming 24/7.
Do you have enough spots to fill all the time that you need?
Not yet. We're working on it. You know,
Okay.
it's a slow build.
But that's why it's not active yet, right?
Yeah, right,
Okay.
right. And you know, we want people who are committed to doing it. You know, like, because to start like, and we want to make it worth their while as well. You know, we're willing to accept help when it comes to certain things, but for the most part, if you're not benefiting it as well, we try not to like just take from people, because that fucking sucks. So, but yeah, we're eventually right now we run it like, I don't know, I think it's 5 days a week. But eventually it's going to be 24-hour gaming 7 days a week, and then 24-hour talk show and music, kind of like a radio, but on the internet.
And these people that, like, if they were to just play, you know, their video games, they're just signing into the Twitch for
so
their
and
set
like we have a
time,
process that people have to go to so that we know that they're committed and that they're trustworthy.
that they're not going to hack your shit.
Yeah, they're not just going to like fuck us over. Like,
Fill a spot and then dip, and then you have an empty.
yeah, exactly. And like because man, we have been fucked over quite a few times. So we learn from our mistakes. You know,
That's good.
Yeah,
Failure's the best teacher.
failure
if
is
you-
the best teacher. Oh my God, I fail so hard and I learned so hard from it. Fucking, oh dude, I fucking get off to failure.
I mean, you'd have to have somebody monitor it, obviously 24/7. But what if you just because on Twitch you can stream someone else's stream,
Right, yeah. And so like our Twitch like streamers, when they're streaming on their own channels, because most of them have their own channels, that we encourage, like we want people to go out and kind of use Punktowns as like a platform.
Like a hub.
Right.
Yeah, like, hey, come watch me on, or like, you know, start out there and like use your audience that you built there to go build
Nice.
your own. We host people when there's not a
Right,
stream
hosting,
going
there
on.
it
Yeah,
is.
we host people when we don't have a stream going on. So
Yeah. Nice.
yeah, it's a lot
I
of
dig
fun.
that
man.
a lot.
It is.
It's a great, and the reason why I brought up Anchorman was because of the 24-hour news channel
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I when you guys first told me about it, the only thing that went through my head was that whole Ron Burgundy shit.
Stay classy, San Diego. Stay classy, Antelope Valley.
And
Literally.
it's a dope ass idea, dude.
Dude, it's exciting. Like, and again, it's evolved from a lot. Like we started out on YouTube doing stupid shit and just like fucking around and not having any direction at all. And then, you know, trusting people and being fucked over and just learning a lot, like by being nice, you know, bringing people in like, hey, we want to give you all of our time and, you know, put money into your
Resources.
stuff. And people are like, cool, we'll take that. All right, we're out with no like return. Cause like we do expect things from people, but after we've, you know, provided, you know,
Yeah.
it's like we do expect a give and a take.
Yeah,
But
there's a mutual
you need
agreement.
to give eventually. You know, if you're going to take, you have to give something, whether
Yeah.
that be time or resource or following or, you know, whatever it is, you know, there is an expectation, but it's not an expectation without you first.
It's a handshake.
Yeah. Yeah. First applying the expectation on ourselves. Like we'll scratch your back and we'll scratch it for as long as you need, but eventually, you know,
Back's itching.
Yeah. I was like, eventually our back gets real itchy too. So
Because of how long we've been scratching yours.
and yeah, our original business model for that did not pan out well. Like we had probably, God, I don't know, 60 or 100 plus people just like come in and go, hey, cool. Most of them failed because they like took what we were doing and tried to replicate it, but without the intent on giving back, just the intent on taking. And I got to tell you guys, I am not a vengeful person, but when seeing someone fuck you over, fail at something that wasn't their idea, it's pretty funny.
Oh no, it's always
I
nice
can't-
to
Quite
see.
entertaining.
When you say you get off to failure, who said it was yours?
No, but yeah,
I get
it's,
that.
yeah, it's, well, on that note, dude, I think, that is highly underrated. Like wallowing's the wrong word. Like taking a little bit of satisfaction in people who never believed in you, fucked you over, or just like stole from you right out. Like watching them fail or like watching
it's justice porn.
Yeah. Or watching them come back and go, maybe you were right. It's like, boy, were we.
Yeah,
Look who's coming back
Yeah.
to Punktown.
Yeah. And like,
And there ain't enough room for the both of us.
it's so funny. Oh God, that's a long description, but that's actually the original and the eventual goal is like, we have this whole comic series and like game kind of platform planned out.
Comic like comic or like comic?
comedic.
Comic as in graphic novel.
Gotcha.
Like comic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not comedic.
Okay.
Not satire.
Okay, gotcha.
No. Yeah.
Your brain turned off
I did.
when
I
he
was
said
like- he was
comic or comic.
He's
You
like,
went-
he just said the same word.
Dude, that was reading Carmel and Carmel.
And caramel?
And, yeah, caramel and caramel. That, But fucking my brother did a tweet like that, and he had so many fucking people pissed off because they're
Oh, I
like,
can
"Why did I
imagine.
read this 2 different ways?"
Oh, the whole is it caramel or
Yeah.
caramel?
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
You fucked me up just thinking, Tub. Way to go.
Yeah. Okay. So comic.
Yeah, like an actual like comic series based
comic
on like
book.
because Punktown, it's not like we're not just like punk, fucking rockers, yo,
Hmm.
or like rebellion. What's the fuck up?
Rebellion.
Fucking rebels. No, it's based more in the like cyberpunk and like steampunk alternative media. Like
Yeah.
that's what like we're kind of more basing
Like
it
the
around.
underground. I don't need indie. Is indie the wrong word for it? Or?
Kind of. I mean that. Yeah, you could call it like an indie. I wouldn't call us indie, but it's the same
Idea.
kind of. Yeah.
Concept.
Well, but like you. I mean, you know what like steampunk and cyberpunk is
Fuck
like.
yeah, I know
alternative. Yeah, like alternative futures for. Like just alternative futures.
Yeah. It's like all
Based on-
gadgety and geary and
Right.
copper,
Yeah,
and brass and all
copper
that shit.
and steam and shit. So we kind of took that idea and we're like, yeah, we want to be a different type of media, different type.
Use
of,
that as like the theme.
yeah. So and it's every time we tell someone the name, they're like, oh, cool, yeah, punk. That's what's up. We're
I love
nope.
Rage Against the
We're
Machine.
We're like, nope, you don't understand. That's
You
not
don't
at
get it
all
at
what we're getting
all.
at. It is not.
Yeah. The silent S before punk is steam.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you see how I don't have any studs on my shirt? You see how I don't have a Misfits jacket?
Misfits
So
jacket.
wait, where did you get the whole Punktown thing?
It's literally like taking punk away from like cyberpunk, steampunk, and just like a town of all like
Of punks.
yeah, I mean more or less, but like it's like a place where people who see things differently and want to like do it a little different.
Like
Can
as
come.
in when adults would call kids like, "Oh, that little punk." Does that have anything to
No,
bleed into it?
because it's not like we want to rebel against the
yeah.
system. It's just like
So you're just making punk your own definition then.
Well, you have to
That's-
kind of understand steampunk and cyberpunk.
yeah. I was like,
to-
I feel like do you know what steampunk or cyberpunk?
Yeah,
have
I
you-
know what they are, but I don't.
It's literally like a steampunk comic is like so it's
It's its
our
own
time,
niche.
but it's if steam took over instead of the internal combustion engine.
Yeah,
So it's literally like it's taking cyberpunk, steampunk, and I'm using quotey fingers.
Yes.
For the audio listeners, 'cause that's all we are doing. Thank you for that long description, Sean. It's just being like we're an alternative source.
Okay.
For whatever it may be.
okay.
Streaming, podcasting, and photography, videography.
I know people don't ever like getting 2 cents
design.
from other people on their own creative projects, but all I'm saying is it would be a great thing if you referred to your video gamers as steamers instead of streamers. Would totally fit the theme.
Caleb,
Only
that's a great idea, and I'm not going to give you any credit for it. No, that's actually a really fucking cool idea. And
I don't know if you'd be able to get away with that though,
feel. What do you think?
because of Steam.
Well, yeah, but
Do you know
Yeah.
what Steam is?
I know
Yeah,
Steam,
yeah,
the
yeah.
game platform.
No, I just crawled out from under a rock.
But
Sorry,
referring
Nick.
to it as steamers and literally talking about water vapor, you could be like, not you.
Not you. Fuck, dude. No, well, and we kind of that's dude. That's a really good idea. I'm
Yeah,
like,
pitch it to HR, see what they
I feel like
think.
a fucking
Pitch it to
asshole for
HR.
never thinking of that. Fuck, that's-
It's just Castle
dude,
sitting
what-
there in a suit. What's up?
What's that? But no,
You got an idea.
it's me and Castle sitting on the couch, so it's like, hey, we have this problem. Fuck, man.
You want a beer?
And it is just
Yeah.
you two, right?
For the most part, like we take care of like the business of everything. We have one other gentleman who goes by the name of Javan. That is his nickname. His name is actually Jordan. Fuck, that's, I call him Javan. Like I don't call
Yeah.
him anything
Yeah.
else but
His next name's Javin. It's short for Javin.
short for fucking around. Fucking cunt who does shit occasionally. No, so Javan, he kind of does video editing for us. He streams for us. And then we have one other photographer who does work with us. But for the most part, in like the actual company, yeah, it's Castle and myself. And then we have what is it like 5 streamers now?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think we're up to 5. I want to
No
say.
shit.
Probably. It sounds about
That's
right.
cool, dude.
As of today, August 12th,
August
2019.
Yeah.
I even forgot what day it is.
So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing, man. It's a lot of fun. It's been a fucking adventure getting here. I tell you
Yeah.
what, a lot of hard learned lessons.
I don't know if we can talk about this thing at all, but the whole TikTok thing.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh, I
don't-
wanted to bring it
dude,
up, but
just
I
bring it
didn't.
up.
The thing is didn't
Who fucking cares?
didn't he want to keep it like under
Yeah,
wraps?
there's been a lot of shit going on recently that yeah.
Things are different now.
I know everything.
Oh, you do?
I know fucking everything.
So, can you explain to people who have no idea what the fuck we're talking about?
So my brother started a TikTok because he's a dick.
He started a dick talk.
He started a TikTok where he talks about phalluses.
It talks about what?
I'm kidding. No, he never talks about dicks. No, so he started a TikTok. Rewind. We started a Musically fucking when Musically was a fucking thing as a joke because it's stupid and Musically sucked. And like
that sounds real genuine.
we
Man.
named it the Real Slim Yeezus. We were like, what's the whitest,
The real
dumbest
Slim Yeezus?
Yeah, the Real Slim Yeezus. We were like, what's the whitest, stupidest thing we can do? And we sat there for like 4 minutes thinking of a name, and that's what we came up with.
Exactly to the dot.
And do you guys hold on real quick? Do you guys know the story of the Foo Fighters and their name?
No.
So his name is escaping me. The lead singer.
Grohl.
Yep. Like he came up with that name as like a fucking joke when they started the band, and it like they blew up, and he regrets that to this day. He hates the fucking name Foo Fighters. He's like, if I could, I would change it. I hate it. It's the dumbest name in the world. Like it's so stupid. But
It's interesting because I really like that fucking
I do
name.
too, dude.
Yeah,
Foo
I think
Fighters
so.
is
associate
dope.
it with the
Well,
act.
he's like the fans love it. I hate it. I wish we had done literally anything else. Now, context as to why I brought that
Yes.
up. I hate the name Slim Yeezus. It is fucking stupid.
If you liked it, I'd be a little
It
concerned.
is so fucking dumb. I got to tell you guys my Twitter handle. I don't think I have because I started a Twitter. We'll get to that in a second. Though.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
My
it's
condolences.
for one reason only, and it's. I think I already told you,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you, and it's great. And the only reason to start a Twitter, in my opinion. But so my brother started a TikTok at the beginning of this year, 2019.
Is this a transition from the Musically that you brought up?
Is
Well,
it
so-
Musically TikTok?
Yes. So
Because they just
it's
changed
like
it.
its cousin.
TikTok, to the Chinese company that owns TikTok or started TikTok bought out Musically. So
Right,
they're,
so
they're
they're
basically
now-
the same thing.
Yes. Okay.
And as a joke, because I think TikTok is one of the dumbest platforms on planet Earth, my brother started a TikTok just to fuck with me. And literally, like, the first, like, I don't know, probably 20 videos on there are of me sleeping and him, like, duetting me to, like, cute girls and, like, me just... and that's dude, when I fucking knock out, when I, like, because I...
Mouth open.
Dude, I mouth breathe hard when I
It's for,
sleep.
for people that didn't see, he threw his head back and his mouth wide open and imagine
Just
drool
nice.
coming out. So,
Hard. Dude.
so if people don't know, like Musically was a thing where duetting is where you'd put two videos next to each other and they'd be either singing the same parts or separate parts of the same song, but it's together. So
Yeah.
it's actually really fucking funny because that person's singing and you're just asleep.
Dude, it's like, you know, the typical TikTok girl. They're like super adorable,
E-girl,
like,
peace sign,
like
so
really
cute.
cute. Yeah,
The kawaii thing.
Look
Yeah.
at me, I'm quirky.
Right, I'm cute. I'm on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then just my ugly ass face. Yeah, and he has audio with it sometimes, which is fucking hilarious.
So fucking good.
It's even better when like someone's doing a bit, like there's because they have audios where it's like from TV shows and movies, and someone's doing a bit, and like they do their bit, and then like the other person's supposed to do the punchline, and I'm just like, yeah. So he started a TikTok to fuck with me.
And you didn't know about it, right?
I didn't for months.
So all these 20 videos are completely
Yeah, I
unbeknownst
have no
to you.
fucking idea. And I like one of my biggest pet peeves. I fucking hate when people fuck with me while I'm sleeping
Yeah.
because I love to sleep and I don't get to do it a lot. And people
Oh,
love
I
to
feel that, brother.
People love to fuck with. Yeah. Caleb gets it. Nick gets it too.
Not really.
No, he doesn't.
You did.
Oh, I
you
did.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got a
side
taste.
note: Sean is an old coworker. We all worked at the same job.
Yeah,
All
actually,
three
I
of
have a
us.
funny story about that, by the way, which I never told you, which we can get back to that.
Yeah,
later.
like Francisco, Tess, Sean, me,
That's
Nick.
yeah. That's it. That's all we've. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck, where the fuck was I?
The TikTok. Your
Oh
brother's
yeah,
starting.
TikTok. Yeah.
You
So,
people love to fuck with you in your sleep.
Pet peeve. Yeah, I hate when people fuck with me while I'm sleeping, especially like touching me or like people. But just don't fuck
Recording me and uploading me to a stupid platform.
God, dude. People like my fucking Taylor. She does this shit all the time. I love her to death. By the way,
Taylor
hold on. I need to take that back. I love my girlfriend. I'm not starting the first thing off that I talk about her with fucking Taylor.
Fucking Taylor. Oh my God. Let me tell you.
She used to, but now she's the only person that respects the fact that I hate being fucked with while I sleep. She used to like take pictures of me while I would be like half asleep or like just asleep and I'd be like, stop fucking doing that. I love you, Taylor. She's gonna listen to this later. She's gonna be so mad. She's like, really? The first thing you say is
She's like,
fucking Taylor.
guess who lost their respect for the one thing?
Guess who's gonna be fucked with every night, you piece of shit? Because she works nights, so she's up while I'm asleep. I'm gonna
Prime
have
hours.
So yeah, I'm gonna have so much
She's
shit
gonna
fucked
be
with.
calling you, poking you,
Playing ping pong with your forehead.
Dumped fucking ice water.
Ooh,
fucking
that's a good
dude,
one
my sister
too.
used to do
You're
that
giving
shit.
her so many ideas.
I know. Anyways, so yeah, it started out with him just fucking with me, and then like he started to get a little bit of a following. Like he got a few thousand in a couple weeks. Like it
Followers?
was, yeah, like it jumped really fast, and within the first, I want to say 2 or 3 months, it jumped to like 10K.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it jumped pretty quick, and for the like, he started it at like the end of January, and by March, it was like up to 30K.
And had you known about it yet?
No, so I had no fucking clue. Which
What was the name of this channel?
Dude, it's Slim Yeezus.
Oh, that's the one.
It's
okay.
Slim Yeezus.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
transitions
a
over
different-
from
Yeah, 'cause
Musical.ly.
when TikTok bought Musical.ly,
It just transferred.
Your username transferred over, but only if you had a Musical.ly. Otherwise, it was like your email or some
Okay,
shit.
I didn't know if he had started a new.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah.
Can you
So-
imagine 30,000 people are your fans and you don't know any of them?
So he comes to me one day. He's like, "So I've been doing this thing," and he's like, "I can either tell you now, or I can wait to when it's like really mind blowing." He's like,
Wait
"And
until
either-
you find it.
Yeah, he's like, and either you can help me with it and we can like really make it like something really funny, or I can just keep doing how I'm doing." I'm like, "I don't know, whatever. You just tell me." He's like, "So I started a TikTok." I'm like, "You fuck." And he's like, "And here's what I've been doing with it." And he just started showing me all the videos. I'm like, "God, you're such a fucking prick." But at that point, yeah, I think when he showed me, it was like at like 25 or 30K. And I was just
That's
like,
so
this is
fucking
ridiculous,
crazy.
man.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's absurd how quickly it has gone. I think we're at 85 now.
Oh my
Holy shit.
Dude, it is gone. And like, so to TikTok, I don't know. Like, according to TikTok, I still don't know. Cause like they like the big thing of it was like, he wanted to get to TikTok to 100K to do a reveal to me and kind of like blow my mind and like, I don't know, dump soda on me or some shit, just something stupid.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm like,
Are you going to act out a
I
reveal
don't know
now?
if we're gonna act or if we're gonna like we're still trying to figure out the whole details because we're coming up real quick.
Yeah,
like
I fucking say so. 80,000 followers.
Yeah, we're
in
getting about
what,
1,000 a
7
week.
months?
It's like, oh god, it's actually getting stressful. He put up
This is the greatest predicament
it really is. No, let me tell you. So he started a Twitter and like we have 600 followers on Twitter now.
How?
Just from
The Slim Yeezus?
Yeah, just from Slim Yeezus. We have 300 on Instagram, and we started a YouTube channel just over 3 days ago, and we have over 700 subscribers. Guys, we don't even have a fucking banner on there yet, and there's 700 people like, all right, sure, yeah, I'll subscribe.
Abandon everything else and just
Literally,
go for this.
You are sitting atop a gold mine.
All you have to do is
we're
sleep.
filming, like we're doing
Fuck
shit.
work. Just keep sleeping.
We're trying to do shit. Like,
Quit your job to full-time sleep.
Just break your foot again. Take 6 weeks of videos and just go fucking
It
wild.
hurts so much. No, we are.
hurts so
No, we are. We're working like building the YouTube channel up. We're trying to get a backlog so that when we start uploading, we're not like
Stressed?
Yeah, we're not like, oh, we gotta hit the deadline. We gotta fucking make a fucking
Go to fucking
10-minute
sleep,
video
Sean.
this week.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, because like we want to make the like I'll probably we don't really have a timeline, but I'll probably quit somewhere between the end of the year and the beginning of the year.
Quit what?
My job.
Oh, no shit.
That's the goal. Yeah, like
Whoa.
ideally it would be the end of the year. Realistically, it'll probably be like March.
Because of this?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We have about 10 to 15 people a week asking for merch. That's without us even telling people that we're planning on putting merch out. They're just like, hey, so do you guys have a merch store?
Dude, hold on, pause, because right now, either she's playing it now after she's already gotten done screaming at you, or she just
Literally.
now paused it and Tess is fucking bolting toward you. This is
Run,
now
Sean.
Thursday morning.
Run.
Let's see. Okay, so she's already been listening for about an hour.
What are we in? How far are we?
53 minutes.
Oh, God.
So she's already started. She hasn't. Well, no, you guys start earlier. So I don't actually know how her morning starts, but she's probably
be
gonna
first
whoop-
break.
Does anyone
First break
know?
whooping your ass or stretching whooping your ass.
No,
But
first break. Definitely first break.
that's that's crazy, dude.
And,
85,000 in 7 months.
Dude, it's a little absurd. Like we're still in that like shock phase where like this is all fake. Nobody really cares about this.
I can't believe 30,000 before you even fucking knew. Dude, if my brothers came up to me and were just like, yeah, we made an Instagram just like making fun of all of your belongings and it has 30,000 followers and you have no idea about it. Like it's either you find out about it on the explore page, right? Or they tell you.
Well, and it's like he did it right because I'd never planned on downloading TikTok. I eventually will at some point because I'm.
You still don't have it.
No, I don't have a TikTok.
Let me tell you about my friend who doesn't have a TikTok, but has 80,000 followers on TikTok.
That's good.
Yeah. I'll probably get one sometime at the beginning of the year.
No, just stay away from it. Let your brother do
Dude,
it.
I don't.
Run
I
everything
really
else.
don't because like I'm fine doing the shit on this one, but I really don't want to like make TikTok videos. I don't do good with like. I'm not a funny guy. Like
Sean's
I really
got
am
the
not
horses
funny.
in the back.
I'm just gonna like I'll see something trending. I'll be like, I guess I'll do that. And
You're one of the funny people that doesn't even have to
I
try.
absolutely don't.
You
agree with
kind of
that
just
at all. Dude, I don't. I'll say something. I'm like, God, that was so stupid. Why'd you say that, Sean? Just shut up already.
But honestly,
also, I'm
it
my
is-
worst enemy. So there's that too.
It's what?
I said I'm my worst enemy.
I'm my worst enemy. Okay, so hold on. Now I have to look at the logistics of this because I made the joke of you abandoning everything, and now you're actually doing it. So I got to look at this. Are you making money off of this yet?
Not yet.
Okay, but
Not
the
yet.
plan is to obviously you got 15 people asking for merch.
Yeah,
But
so-
obviously you don't just bank off of fucking 15 people. You have a plan.
Yeah. So yeah, we're planning like we're doing graphic design stuff for merch. T-shirts.
Is the merch
shit
going to be
that.
like just pictures of you asleep? I'm kind of like what are people going to buy a mug of like a caricature of you?
It could probably be like a cartoon drawing of
Yeah,
him
so,
asleep
like,
with
we
Joel
have
Cornell, and then it
cartoon
just
stuff.
says the real Slim Yeezus.
Like
yeah,
instead
we
of
have, like,
Scotty
Slim
doesn't
Yeezus
know,
stuff.
it's like Shawnee doesn't know.
Wow, Caleb,
If you
hey,
need someone
Caleb,
for marketing, I'm here.
Yeah, I was like, Caleb, so when are you free to do some marketing? meetings, you
Take these
fucking
ideas and run with them.
Jesus Christ, dude! No, you'll get your due pay. I'm not a cunt,
You'll get your
You'll get your
toupee.
percentage.
You'll get your toupee.
You'll get your
I'm sorry, you said it, and all I thought was just a slick over here.
For the love of Christ.
Oh,
You'll
fuck.
get your toupee.
You got your toupee.
Fuck, man.
So
So it's stuff about it's gonna be stupid stuff. We're gonna kind of transition stuff from our Punktown stuff because like we have designs that we've been wanting to put out that are just sitting there that we like. We're
Could be
honestly,
making money.
We're honestly just gonna put out stuff that it does have to do with the brand. It does have to do with some uses and the stupid ass shit that we do on it.
Hey, but it's money.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Get your fucking bag.
get your bags.
And we're just gonna put out stuff that we would like to wear and like use and stuff like that. So
How much of the ongoing gag of the channel is the fact that you don't know? Is it the fact that you don't know, or is it just the fact that you're sleeping during the videos?
think
Are
the
all
big-
of them you sleeping?
No.
The beginning, I think it was that.
The beginning was 99% me sleeping. Now it's just like I'll do a video with him, and then like he'll put like he totally didn't want to do this. He hates TikTok still. Ha ha ha. Just stupid, like really stupid shit that people are eating up for whatever reason.
The good thing is that you have a YouTube now that I can go watch because I'm not doing TikTok and I'm
Yeah,
not even
no,
going to
I
download
do-
it because I don't want to go through a feed. I wanted to download it to just go look at your stuff, and then I was like,
Yeah, and eventually,
gonna get sucked in.
eventually, like we are gonna like start cutting together like TikTok compilations too to put on there.
Yeah.
But like we're like a lot of it's gonna be longer form stuff that like people have been asking for. They're like, we want longer skits, and like my brother does a lot of informational stuff, and they're like, hey, let's do informational stuff.
The beautiful thing about it that I don't think, well, maybe it depends on the people, but when they have these large followings, they forget that following can be converted into other things slowly.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you can take
quickly.
that 85,000 and it goes from you snoring to you like doing
Tap
everything.
dancing and juggling.
Dude,
Yes.
and we thought that this YouTube thing was going to take like a month or so. We were like, yeah, let's just get it up there and like get people sent, we'll tell them about it. And, we'll have like a month to prepare and everything. Cause like we've started filming some videos and then like he announced, he's like, yeah, we have a YouTube channel. If you guys want to go over there, that's cool, whatever. Cause like the Instagram and the Twitter have kind of like grown slowly. Like he's had the Twitter for, I want to say 2 months and the Instagram for about a month or so. Mm-hmm. So like those have been kind of a slow growth. I think that's just because of the platforms though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started fucking like he announced the YouTube and like we're probably close to 8 by this point because he told me earlier today that we were at 700. I was like, oh, what? We were at under 6 last night,
Dude, that's crazy.
Dude, again,
YouTube
like, I'm
is-
still in that kind of shock phase. Like, nah, get out of here.
You're
This is-
asleep to the fact.
Yeah.
You guys are
you tied it in.
currently at 700 exactly.
There you go. Yeah,
But
we were under 6 last night.
if you go and look at it, it says 552, and then you click it, 700. You know how YouTube is.
Yeah,
It doesn't-
YouTube's weird with it. Yeah,
It is
so
really weird.
so and I think
Well, now you're at 701.
yeah, I think it was like 713 when he told me earlier today.
So did you lose some?
It probably
YouTube's
YouTube
fucking
probably
weird,
hasn't
dude.
updated it to the
Well,
public.
because I clicked subscribe and it went from 7 to 701.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't lose any. That's kind of
I mean, honestly, dude.
Damn,
like,
you guys are on the
okay,
decline.
dude,
15 minutes of
crazy-
fame's over, Sean.
the
Ah,
crazy
shit. All
part
right, back to
about
work.
it is that you literally
There's
have
nothing there, dude. There's
nothing.
a fucking profile
it's
picture.
a banner and it's of you sleeping.
Oh, right. Oh, he did put it up. Okay.
You know what you should do at 100K?
It looks like you're in a hospital bed.
Oh, that is the hospital bed one. Yeah. That's when I broke my foot.
And it's just the side of your face.
That was when I broke my foot and went to the ER.
Yeah,
He took a
the
picture of
only
my
reason
head.
I could see it was because, okay, about 60% of this photo for people listening is just his head. So it's like the whole right side of his face. And the only reason I guessed it was a hospital was what you're laying on. There's a blue bar next to you. And I'm like, no bed frames have blue bars like that.
Does he have protection?
Is that an IV?
Is that an IV?
You guys for 100K reveal should just have like you asleep in bed, and then Castle walks up and is just like, hey, Sean, look, I made a TikTok of you, and puts it to your sleep face. And then you're just like still asleep. And he's like, well, I tried.
That's pretty good.
That's
I revealed it to him. He wasn't here for
you
it.
know what? I'm leaning towards that one because everybody on the TikTok wants him to dump like gallons of soda on me. So
I was going to say just fucking, he should put like air
literal
horns.
gallons of soda.
He should like plug in a guitar or a microphone. Just
100K, bitch, 100K, what?
and just fucking just fucking screaming.
Yeah,
I want to ride. I'm on TikTok.
yeah. He keeps putting polls up of like what the worst possible thing he could do to me to like reveal it.
There's quite a fucking few.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Snakes and
There's definitely
completely
a plethora of
covering
things.
you in Nutella and,
That's just a waste
Soda,
of Nutella.
yeah.
Like rude.
and soda.
Soda, like
He could pour water on you and then flour.
I say,
I'm just gonna keep listening or
Yeah,
listing them. So
listing, yeah.
as
cover
he's
you in peanut butter and make you sprint through a popular dog park.
naked.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love dogs.
You mean run and then sit down?
Run and be in heaven.
Yes, clean me.
Clean me, my children. Dude, it's disgusting, but fucking Ruby, and Ruby's my beautiful husky that if
Love
you
that
have not
dog.
seen her, go look at my Instagram. She's delicious and amazing, and I love her. She'll straight up attack me. Like I'll be laying in bed, she'll hop up on bed, crawl on my chest, literally crawl.
Like creep up to
yeah,
you
straddle me,
slowly.
like put her paws around my neck and go, yeah. and just start licking me. I'm like, okay, hi, how you doing, cutie?
Dude, straight up, just opened up the blinds in my room and
Wow.
And now we're all blind.
and saw
Yay,
your car
comedy.
sitting out there, and I was like, "Who's rich fucking cars out there? Who's the rich fuck that parked outside my house?"
Oh, did I
yeah,
forget
that fucking asshole. Get him out of here. Let's go egg his car after this.
Did that asshole forget to lock his car? Burp, burp. Now it's locked.
I'm not going to do that.
I really wish you would have, because I was like, I want to see it. 85,000
Real
dude.
time.
Yeah, dude, it's surreal. Like, I'm still in
Congratulations,
denial. Thanks,
even
man.
though you
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
do
seriously.
shit.
I literally did like it's
Hey,
all
but it
my
couldn't have
brother,
been
dude.
made without you.
It couldn't have. It's all my brother. I don't take credit for shit. Like he did all of this. I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's do it, man. I'm here now.
See, he is the sculptor and you're the clay, but the sculptor can't make anything without any clay. You guys rely on each other. It's
Thanks, David.
fantastic.
Thanks for making me seem
Your photo of your account, I can see that that's him. Every time I see that photo of you, it was on the fucking accounts at work. I've seen it a couple other times.
Yeah.
That is not you. Like, it doesn't look anything.
Well, that
I
was
don't even
what photo?
understand.
about 5 or 6 years ago, and I had no facial hair.
It still isn't you. This literally looks like
Dude, my face completely. Hold on, I have a picture of like I shaved last year. My face looks nothing like that at all.
that's not. It doesn't.
Oh my God.
If
yeah,
anybody
that's-
wants to see,
Yeah.
because
that's somebody else.
there will be a picture of
You
Sean.
you literally just have a fucking banner of you asleep. That's insane.
The picture of Sean that we'll post. Well, that's already posted up. That we will post up. I don't know. It depends on whenever Kayla posts it up.
Yeah, whenever the fuck I feel like posting it.
But you'll see that photo of Sean if you want to go see what Sean looks like. And then if you want to go see the photo that I'm talking about, go to Slim Yeezus on YouTube. And he's the one on the right. And it looks literally like I've seen that so many times, and it just always catches me off guard.
You're like, it was a past me.
Dude, it is. No, like when I shave, it like I freak myself
Yeah, I guess
out.
I haven't seen you without a beard ever.
Yeah, where the fuck is that stupid ass picture?
So when you say that you're going to like quit your job to like pursue what you have going,
I'm gonna quit my job to pursue Slim Yeezus.
well, that's what I'm saying. Is it
This is
just
so fucking
Well,
wild?
so
what I'm getting at? Is it just
No, I know,
TikTok?
I know.
No,
I'm laughing at that
It is-
one sentence.
It is absolutely not just
Can you
TikTok.
imagine turning in your 2 week? Like, oh, like, did you find something better? Yeah, I'm gonna do TikTok full time.
Here, Nick, you go first. Scroll to the left. You're not going to find anything weird, but that's what the progression is. So,
You're like, my buddy's a full time talker, actually.
yeah.
Like, TALK talker? No, TikToker.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I have to describe this.
I straight up. Hold on. I straight up. I was like, I shaved my neck because I look like a fucking hobo if I don't. And like, I was like, this was last year. I was like, I haven't shaved in a while. Let's see how this looks. And this was the progression of me going, I have never seen myself with different facial hair. Let's see how it looks.
Oh,
First photo of Sean is Sean. The second one is like, I don't know, cop Sean.
Yeah.
The one after that is kind of like just chin hair.
What's cop Sean? Is that like goatee or mustache?
So
or
right
what?
now, full beard for just Sean. Then the cop Sean is mustache and beard.
goatee.
And goatee. Yeah, goatee, the whole
with
goatee.
like mutton chops, kind of. Almost.
yeah,
They're
sort
like-
of. It's sort of there, yeah.
thick sideburns.
And then third picture is like kind of douchebag Sean that
No,
drives that car out there.
Not kind of, straight up fucking asshole.
Just only has
douchebag
like the
Sean.
chin patch, but it's like an inch long.
Every guy
The
from
fourth
2003 that rode dirt bikes.
You go from dickhead to no fucking joke. I'm not kidding. Chris Evans. And I was like,
Yeah.
hold on, what just happened? And then,
Still don't see it. I get it a lot.
oh, fuck, dude, you really do look like Chris Evans. This is fucking, you are handsome. I always thought you were a handsome dude, but without
He's like,
your
I'll see you with the dog parts.
I'm going to be the only dog there. Dude, that's fucking weird. This is the, all right, I'm just going to show you. You'll have the same
Yeah,
reaction.
I'm gonna have to
You're
see
making me
this.
blush. Stop it.
I'll post
Get
this
out of
like
here.
on the
Yeah,
Twitter.
I can send
and
them to you. I'll
Instagram.
send them to you.
That is,
Yeah.
I still gotta find my old like long
I
hair
am
pictures for you.
genuinely impressed
Oh, shit.
with your face, and you are one handsome son
buddy.
of
I
a
did
bitch.
nothing for it, so thanks.
Okay, I see that.
Are you on the patchy?
It's the fucking just a beard. Like just the chin
Just the
has
chin.
hair on
Dude,
it.
I did that. And I was like, no.
You like
literally never.
The biggest
you like
dickhead.
have skulls on fire tattooed on you.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Without having skulls on fire
I
tattooed
have
on
a
you.
flame motorcycle like shirt with
And you have
like,
some flames tattooed on your
yeah,
wrist.
and the reflective sunglasses.
Oh, the cop glasses?
yeah, and you have like you're a dick to everybody,
And
but
I
you have
have
a daughter that you would kill
Yes.
people over.
Yes, and I have a metal militia hat backwards.
Yeah, you look like you're like a recovering
And you
clown
wear-
posse fan.
Yes,
And you wear tap out.
right. And
Tap out for
and
sure.
And
Yes.
I have a one of those fat ass or what? No, the big ass monster cans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
only
definitely.
drink,
I only drink
Coors
Monster.
Light because Bud Light shit.
Right.
Right.
You have underneath whatever the fuck you're wearing. There's a fox shirt.
It's great that I could. You know what? I'm gonna
you wear your hats backwards, only fitted hats, and you wear them down to your eyebrows.
Yes.
And you play men's league softball on Tuesday nights because you work weekends at a bar.
Fun fact about me: I played men's league softball.
Oh, it's a great time. I love
It
men's
really
league
is
softball.
actually.
How
I
dare
sucked
we
that
get
up.
off
Dude.
topic?
Sorry.
You are fucking handsome as shit
Yes.
with and without
Guys,
a beard.
stop it.
That's fucking wild.
Stop it.
The fact
Yes.
that I see Chris Evans is really weird. Like,
I mean,
no bullshit.
I don't get how I haven't noticed that Sean's always had America's ass.
Now it makes more sense when we were doing the podcast and he got up and walked away and Castle was like, "That's America's ass," and I was like, "Okay."
Sure, why not? Yeah,
I totally get it
He's
now.
tall and white.
Because before it was like, okay, you have the haircut, you got the relatively same build, and
Yeah, but I
You're a super soldier, buddy.
aside
wanna
aside
be-
from like the the jacked, you have the same build. You just have to get to the jacked
I
part.
want the jacked man.
I want the jacked.
I want those fucking arms,
but without shave your facial hair, dude. Shave it.
dude.
Shave it. You are handsome as
Thank
fuck.
you.
You need to shave that.
I really appreciate that, dude. I don't know. I did that and I like immediately regretted that.
Really?
Oh, dude, so quickly. Like I did it and I was like, oh, this feels good. And then like, it wasn't immediate. It was probably 10 minutes later. I was like, fuck, I want my face hair back.
Dude,
I love it. I feel like comfortable with face hair.
yeah,
It just
I get
feels
it.
good.
I probably would walk past you if you had a shaved face.
Dude.
Like, if you shaved your face and then did your hair a little different and you like saw me in Target and we just like walked past each other, I would be like,
I came into
Don't know
work
him.
the next day and like everybody, like a couple people did not recognize me.
It's
at a
really weird
distance,
how
they
much of
thought
a,
a new guy got hired. And
it's
I was
weird
like,
how much of a difference it actually
Well, I
is.
think I lose like 5 years on my face.
yeah.
Like
You for sure
when I
do.
That's
shave,
true.
like I drop 5 years at least.
yeah, ID, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you hit the light switch? Let's just get into that point. And then can you hit that light
I'm too
behind?
fucking buff. I can't reach the fucking light switch.
Can you turn that one behind you? It's you have to flip the actual like light.
Flip
inside.
it off. Be a dick to it.
I
It
don't even
likes
know
it.
what I'm gonna do with
gets
that yet.
It gets turned on when you're mean to it.
So it's a woman.
Oh.
Hey, now we get into the real part of the podcast. Fuck yeah.
I was gonna say that was the last episode they ever did.
We made it pretty far, guys. It was a good run.
Fuck,
Brett-
what episode is this? I don't even know.
35.
Cool. I don't know why. It's a
I
good
don't know
number.
what the fuck happened, why we flipped. I'm on top of the numbers for some reason.
Fuck yeah, man.
I'm just like, I know what episode we're doing
Good,
right
man.
away.
Yeah, that's all right. No,
Yeah. I
important.
think it's because we're doing one a week now.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, when you do anything that you're pumping out more, like when you have a strenuous schedule, 2 weeks, that's a lot,
Well-
especially for two working people.
Well, in all honesty, we could still do 2 a week, but more or less, like, it's a lot for the listeners.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I as a listener, appreciate it because I get to catch up now.
To some
Yeah.
extent, I'm not even going to bullshit. It was kind of bleeding it dry for me.
no, I agree.
I wasn't
doing
enjoying it as much.
It was doing the same for me, but it wasn't like, I felt like the only way we could maintain 2 a week and not like lose the fire is if we got to spend time together outside of the business thing,
yeah.
where we were like, oh, like let's hang out as friends rather
Very
than
important.
collaborators.
Very important.
Yeah,
Yes.
you would know.
Yes.
And so like when on the weeks that we like were just like, okay, get shit done. We need to schedule this. We need to have this person here by this time. I need to go to sleep by this time. We need to get it done within this time frame. Blah 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 blah. And then next week do it all over again. I'm gonna be out of town for a week, so we need to do 4 in a week. So we need to crank it all out within Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday's gonna be a
literally-
morning. Saturday's at midnight.
It was literally what happened was it was 4 and 5 days.
Yeah, we cranked out a ton.
And it's not by any means, it's not hard. It's literally fucking not. I set this room up in 30 minutes, maybe less, and plug things in, sit down and have a conversation. But when you do that, when things that you're having fun with start to become a job, you have to figure out a balance real fast.
Well, and I was going to say, I think hard's subjective when it comes to creative things, because it doesn't have to be like physically hard for it to be exhausting.
It can be demanding in its own
because
way.
I mean, you guys have to be on, like on a podcast. You can't just be like, yeah, so whatever.
I'm just gonna glide through.
Like
today.
this was cool. Like whatever. Yeah, today was whatever. Like I didn't really have anything to talk about. So cool. Yeah. Like you can't do that. You have to be on. Like you have to have some type of energy, whether you have that energy or not. So
exactly.
you know, like it can be hard, whether that's like physically, emotionally, mentally, and like your guys' fucking podcast. Like, I mean, I'm sure at some points they get physically exhausting because like you guys get in it, man. Like I love it.
It's not just like the sitting down and talking for 2 to 3 hours straight, which tires people out anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah. You sit down at a dinner and talk to someone for 2 hours, you're going to be like,
you're like, fuck, I just want to go home and lay down and do nothing.
Yeah.
But doing that, and then it would be like, it's kind of like planning a small party twice a week.
Absolutely.
Every week.
Yeah.
Around full-time work, trying to get sleep, and any other part of personal life.
I was like, and having a life.
Literally.
Yeah.
And so like trying to get that to work within usually 3 people's schedules, it's a little stressful.
Absolutely.
And so we could do it, but at what cost?
Dude, it even got to a point when I was moving into this place, when we did Dylan's episode, that's why Caleb walked in. He was like, this is nice, because we were sitting around boxes. I just pushed everything to the fucking side. I had my bed there. This was just, the desk was covered with shit.
Yeah.
And there's just boxes everywhere. And I'm like, I have to do this.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
I
No,
did
we could
not-
do it. We could do it in an empty room. I don't care.
I did not want to do it, dude. I wanted to just take a break for just a week. And I'm like, no.
Nope. I wouldn't have let you.
But you have no idea how stressed I was.
No, I know, but I would have made anything work to not let up on a week.
Hey guys, welcome to the Nick and
it's-
Tub podcast. Nick's not really here. This is going to be an interesting one.
It's
We
one
took
of
him
those-
out too often and too many jokes. So now he.
It's one of those things where I know eventually it's gonna come a time where there might be a break.
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
Like a week, not any longer
Yeah.
than that.
Well,
where
and
it's
I
just
don't think you're like anyone's going to be like, how dare you take a week off?
Well, I mean, Tess is already coming for our fucking necks for 2
Yeah,
weeks.
Tess is coming
yes,
for our neck
but I mean-
for slowing down in 2 weeks.
Look who we're talking about.
You mean Mrs. 4 hour 17 minutes episode?
Again, she just paused this to go whoop your fucking ass. No, I don't know. I mean, you have to play it week by week basis, but it's
Absolutely.
totally doable. It's just one of those things that you have work already. Caleb has his full-time job. I have my full-time job. And when I'm not doing my job with my boss, which has been more frequently, and then trying to catch up on my own work, and then the podcast, that's 3 separate things that I have to constantly keep in mind. And then it's like I have this list of things that I created in my phone, which has been helping immensely. If I have a thought at all, like even if it's text this person, I will write in my phone, remember to text this person back. And that list is just growing because of the amount of time I don't have. Now that my room's set up, and then I can get my photos edited, like I have to edit, I think 250 tonight. It's just, now I can finally get back on track. But for 2 weeks, that's why I'm looking at the podcast like, I think I can do 1 week off. And then it's like, no, fuck it. Let's just get it out. Just push all the boxes to the side.
Yeah.
I don't even know how the fuck we got here. I'm just rambling at this point.
Well, no, and like you made some good points. And I think honestly, those days like that you don't want to do it and you're doing something creative are some of the most important days to do it.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because you give yourself that like, it's just this one time, and you start kind of and
then it's like, well, I took a break last time and it was no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. You start letting yourself kind of have excuses and slip up, and it's especially at the start of something, it's so important to just. And it sucks, but it's so important to just push through
I mean,
shit.
it becomes,
I'm not saying
no,
push through, Nick.
It becomes a
Make the
habit.
podcast.
It becomes a habit eventually, but that thing of just stopping, it's the same thing with my YouTube channel. I got to a point and I was like, I won't put a video out this week, and it's been almost a year now.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect
I
example.
won't put out a video this
And
year.
I mean, granted, not in a good place in my life.
Right.
Was getting pretty damn depressed. Literally couldn't get myself to turn on a camera and be even energetic at all. But you understand that whole thing, like of the creative projects and sitting there and trying to get through something, especially when this is like the shitty thing, but it's a huge motivator when you don't have it, is money.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I have to do this shit for free. Like there are so many things I could do right now that I could make money on.
Yep.
Genuinely, I could start making. That just reminded me I have to respond. God damn it. I have to respond to a fucking wedding contract. But that's the example right there.
Yeah.
Is all day in my head, it was get my room ready and get ready for the podcast.
Right.
And then I fucking accidentally didn't respond to a wedding contract.
Right.
That's not something I can push off to the side to do. And granted, love the podcast. Very fun. I enjoy it a lot. And I'm not going to stop doing it, but you have to weigh those options. So what I'm getting at is,
job
exactly
comes first. If we're scheduled to do a podcast on a Friday midday and then I get called into work, I can't do the podcast.
That's right. That's the point.
It's the same thing.
So about the whole draining lifestyle of doing creative projects, especially when there's no money being made
During
or
a full-time job.
when you don't have fucking time, where you literally haven't slept. You sleep sometimes 2 hours a night.
Yeah. There was a time when like that was a good night's sleep. And like having my broken foot, honestly, like it fucking sucked. It hurt like a bitch, but like it was I'm having a lot of realizations from that. I'm like, fuck, dude.
He's like, at least once a year, I'm going to break my foot.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, dude, sleep's real good. And I'm like, I know I'm saying that sarcastically, but like there was a time where I was like, 2 hours, that's, it is what it is. That's, I can't sleep tonight. Okay. All right. That's my day.
My eyes burn just hearing that.
Yeah, dude. No, and it's exhausting, but like I look and like I'll get like 4 hours of sleep now. And I'm like, I'm so tired. How did I do that before?
Dude, yeah.
It's crazy,
for
man.
the first,
but
like,
it's crazy what your body can do.
Yeah. For the first 3 to 4 months of this job, getting like 6 hours of sleep was like awful, unheard of. And now 6 hours is my standard.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I hate it. But now I can function on it much more frequently and easier.
You learn, you adapt. You're like, I'm tired. I'm going to be tired. Okay, time to go on with my day. And that's honestly, that's what I did. And like, it's not good, but like, I understand, like you have to make certain sacrifices when you want to do stuff. And like, not getting sleep some nights, not good. Do not recommend it. If you don't have to, don't not sleep.
Literally.
Team no sleep is bullshit. Yeah. I hear that shit
I'll
sometimes.
sleep when I'm
like,
dead, but if you don't sleep, you'll be dead sooner. So I mean,
no, I do not support like not sleeping. And I like, it's weird to say, cause I'm like, if I can't sleep, that's what I have to do. But it's fucking stupid.
One of my favorite parts I've ever heard about sleep was Chris D'Elia's podcast. I was listening to it, which I'll ask for your opinion on this. What do you think about playing audio from a phone into a microphone? No? Because I just want to I want to basically play this out loud so that you can hear it, because it was fucking funny, but I don't know if you care about the quality of it. I think it'd pick up fine.
I mean, fuck the listeners, right?
Yeah, fuck no.
Sure, I don't care.
But it was Chris D'Elia's take on sleep, and it made me laugh so fucking hard, dude.
I get good sleep, dude. I get good sleep. You know what is so actually annoying to me is when people brag about how little sleep they get. Hey, dude, I don't give a fuck. Also, you're gonna die. It gets to a certain point where you just can't catch up on your sleep. And then your body, when it's like 60, is like, I guess I'll just die instead then, dude. Hey, you won't let us sleep? Then I'll just pass away for you. We'll catch up then. And how about when people are like, I'll sleep?
That fucking part I thought was so goddamn funny, dude.
Yeah.
Because it really is that way.
That's my stance on it. Like whenever I hear I'll sleep when I'm dead, I just like shake my head and I'm like, you don't get it.
Yeah, you will at 35.
Yeah.
That's
when
literally not, it's not sleep.
No,
that's
no.
sleep.
No, and like,
that's death. It's different.
Yeah, exactly.
I've said that shit sarcastically, but I seriously do not support that. Like, it's so fucking stupid. I've done it in the past. And like, again, this like broken foot and like getting sleep again. I'm like, oh my God, I want sleep so much. Cause like I've always loved sleep, dude.
You're quite literally, not exaggerating, not making a joke, a different person between a 2-hour time frame
Yeah.
of sleep.
Yeah.
6 hours and 8 hours, different people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then 4 hours and 6 hours, different people.
2 hours.
And then no hours of sleep and 8 hours, same person.
Yeah,
But,
same person.
but
Dude,
then the next day, dead.
I will tell you though, I've functioned easier on no sleep than on like 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
Dude, because
It's
you
so
shut
weird.
everything down and then have to reboot it again.
It's so weird how, like, cause like, and I've made this judgment call and like I've learned my body because dude, I stress the fuck out. Like if I know I'm gonna get less than like 5 hours of sleep, I'm like, fuck, I'm never gonna wake up because my body, dude, I sleep so hard. I sleep like a fucking rock.
I blink and I'm in
dude,
REM.
I've slept through
TikTok knows,
earthquakes,
dude.
Yeah, I've slept through earthquakes, dude. I sleep through people fucking with me. Like, I mean, you've seen me at work, dude. I'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
Takes me like 5 minutes, sometimes less.
Loud ass bell.
Dude, I
nothing.
can be knocked the fuck out. So like, it stresses me out. I'm like, I'm not gonna wake up. I set 25 alarms. I'm like, none of these are gonna wake me up. So like, I've made judgment call. Like, I'm gonna get 4 hours of sleep. Nope, not gonna go to bed.
I don't know if you know this, but there is an actual alarm that goes underneath your pillow that will like it vibrates. It shakes your pillow so
Whoa.
that
Need
you'll hear an
3 of
alarm
those.
and it shakes.
I need one under the pillow, under my torso, and under my ass.
in between the cheeks,
Yeah. I need
You
to
just
know
you
that.
strap it to your forehead.
Yes,
teeth rattling.
I'm not joking.
But yeah, sleep.
Yeah.
I just have never understood that. I don't think I'm not going to completely agree with myself on this one that I've said like, oh, I don't get any sleep. I'm happy about that. When I don't get sleep, I'm fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where if you go through like any type of adversity, then it's shown as like a badge of honor that you have
Right.
bragging rights
Sleep
about.
is not one of those things.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. It's clumped in there with, it's like, you know, it's supposed to be impressive if like you've done a shit ton of stuff and then you slept 2 hours and haven't eaten anything all day.
Yeah.
You're like, I did all of this and then I'm like depriving myself on top of that as if to incline, like, imagine what I could do if I was healthy.
Right.
Or like, oh, you know, I did this with one arm tied behind my back.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I drove all the way home and like I had to pee so fucking bad and I didn't stop once on a 2-hour
and
drive.
and I got real lucky. My bladder didn't burst.
Yeah, and stuff like that, where it's like when you lay it out on a table, you're like, that's fucking awful for you. You're going to get a UTI. You should go pee. You're going to fucking have a stroke. You should get some sleep, like shit like that. But when it comes off as something that's really hard to do, it shows this like grit and determination. And then
Right.
you brag about it as if to brag about those qualities, not the absolute destruction you're doing to your body.
Right. So, you know, like I said, I do not agree with like team no sleep. You know, sleeping your dead, so fucking stupid.
The fact that it's a team thing.
Right? No, whoever.
not a very alert team.
The first,
Hey, catch!
team no sleep. Huh? President. Here. But I do think it is admirable. Like if you have a goal that you're trying to achieve and you're willing to make that call, like, look, I need sleep, but if I don't do this, you know, it's not going to get done.
If there's no other workaround, then sure, I'll agree to that.
Right. No, and that's like, you know, like I have this deadline. It has to happen. If I don't, I'm losing this client, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, don't sleep. Like,
Yeah,
do your fucking job.
There, it's you know what the long term benefit
Yeah,
is.
exactly. And that's like, but if it's just like, yeah, man, like I partied for like 2 days and then I had to go to work the next day, so I didn't sleep. Team no sleep. You're a fucking idiot.
Congratulations.
That part I literally don't
Because
understand.
man, those are the type of people that do that though. They brag about it. Like, I didn't sleep last night and all I had to drink was vodka this morning. I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't want to get hungover, so I just got drunk again.
it's like
I just don't. Okay, the thing with the difference between those two is like one's getting work done, and sometimes is anywhere from like a day to like maybe a week where they're limiting their sleep. But we're obviously talking about the people that just, oh, I don't sleep, and they brag about it. It's like, who are you? What are you? Like,
an
what are
idiot.
you even doing at this point?
Straight up, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot, dude. Like I'll call myself straight out. I'm like,
Yeah, when I don't get sleep, it's like I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. Look into my soulless eyes.
Yeah. And when you like, man, it fucking makes you look at like, what could I have fucking done differently today to like actually get sleep?
And I used to get on your ass about that, which you've gotten better about it, not because of me, but the fact that like you probably started taking it more seriously.
Yeah.
But I was like, Sean, you need to actually go to bed, dude, not just be at work, especially driving a fucking truck.
Yeah.
Because you can be
Oh.
awake and not be alert,
Oh yeah.
and then just take
No, there's been some
Take lives.
No, dude, 100%. And like, there's been not a lot. There was probably 2 instances.
Nice.
There we go. Pronunciation.
It's okay. Onomatopoeia, dude.
Onomatopoeia.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. I just said it. I always forget what
Can't say
onomatopoeia
Ross,
is. Okay, go on with your thing.
There's been a couple instances where, fuck me, dude. Moments of driving.
There's been some times.
A few times, guys. Dude, my tongue is fucking gone right now. Anything more than like 3 syllables is out.
Okay, so you've had some moments where you were driving.
There were moments where I was driving and some scary shit happened. Like I almost hit a center divider in the truck, and like, dude, like I'm driving, and then all of a sudden, like I open my eyes.
You blink for a while.
Well, yeah, like it's like I'm driving, and all of a sudden I open my eyes to what I thought was a blink. Yes, and there's a piece of concrete coming towards me real fast, and like shit like that. And there hasn't been a lot. There's been 3. No, there's been 2 at this job.
Over the course of how many years?
3.5.
Yeah, so you're fine.
Yeah. But they were early on when I like was pushing myself because dude, I stressed out about being late for work. That's another thing entirely. But there was
work does
that
that too.
and then like I almost like I was driving and then like there was traffic and I almost fucking just plowed into somebody. And like I woke up with enough time because I try not to speed, you know, I try to stay under, and like I try to tailgate people because like I'm driving a 2,600 or 1,000-pound truck. That's death. That is immediate death for whoever's in front of me. That's why PSA, don't cut off trucks. They can't stop fast, and they might be asleep.
Fuck.
Yeah. Hard realization there. Truck drivers drive harder than I do, and their trucks are bigger. Like there was moments like that, and like now, dude, if I get tired, I pull off immediately. Like if I like do like a nod, I'm like, okay, I pull off.
That's smart.
Good.
Because like,
That's
you know,
really
and
smart.
like it takes like 15, 20 minutes of just like a hard nap because I nap hard.
Dude, power naps are
Dude,
underrated as fuck.
It's magic, dude. I swear to God, like I'll be like dozing off. I pull off 20 minutes. It's like I slept 8 hours. It's fun.
Dude,
like I'm good. I'm good for like 6 hours
crazy.
after that.
I don't know if you've ever tried it. I want to try it, but it's called a coffee nap. And it's what it takes about 15 minutes for
Drink
caffeine.
6 espressos.
It takes about 15 minutes for caffeine to get into your system and get you going. So what you do is you like chug a cup of coffee right before you take a nap, and then you take a nap. And when you wake up, that's when the caffeine hits. And so you get that boost from the nap and a caffeine boost on top of
See,
it.
I
just
do a
imagine
rock star nap. I'm assuming.
Yeah, you wake up and you're like, let's fucking drive.
Fuck, dude, that sounds.
You should try it.
Yeah, I was like, it sounds better. Like I love
that power
coffee, too.
nap thing, because now with the job that I have, I'm able to get sleep. I'm very grateful for the fucking job, but
I remember the day.
but I haven't fallen asleep at the wheel in a long.
Just cough it out.
You're
Just-
good.
It's better you to cough than you to throw up on the carpet.
It was really kind of
If you
to
snore
keep it-
anything like you cough, then I am following your
Hey,
TikTok.
dude, why don't you take a second before taking another fucking sip?
Don't tell me what to do.
He's gonna fucking spit
He's
it
about
out
to
now,
spray
Caleb. Way
all
to
over
go.
your carpet.
This was a new house. I would totally have sprayed, but I would feel terrible.
Just as a heads up, as a PSA for you and now anybody listening, if you get water stuck in your windpipe, take a very deep breath in and just don't cough, but just push all the air out as hard as you can. Just like that. You clear it out.
Oh wow, that was
Actually works.
that actually felt really good.
Yeah.
Fuck, damn it.
Because it just clears, it literally pushes all of it out. So, but there was one time I was falling asleep and I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm not even going to try to fight it. And I pulled off and took, I think it was like a 20-minute nap, especially because it was raining.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's insane.
Highly
It's
underrated.
literally
fucking
crazy. And you know what's crazy is like those 15, 20-minute naps. I don't know if you guys are the same or not, but like you don't even have enough time to really actually fall asleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're just like in this like sedative state where you're lying down with your eyes closed, not moving, and your brain's just kind of on like low power mode.
Yeah.
And at any moment, someone could be like, hey, Sean, hey, Nick. And you could be like, yeah, what's up? And you could just turn.
And you're wide awake.
But for some reason, even though you don't lose consciousness, that low power mode for 15, 20 minutes is miracle
I
work.
think it also, it plays a lot into the fact that your eyelids like literally feel heavy sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you have to let them just lay down, dude.
Yeah.
Just let them fucking fall.
I had a time where I literally I was driving down, I think it was like Avenue I or Avenue H, one of the areas where there's no cars, no lights, like no street lights.
Right.
Nothing. It is just dark desert road. And I'm driving
the
at like
best place to be driving while you're asleep.
2, 3 in the morning, and I am fighting vigorously against my eyelids to keep them awake. I'm going like I'm trying to push it on the metal. I have all my windows down, and you know when you're going past 65 with the windows down, it's like it's not enjoyable. I am blasting like the hardest metal shit I have in my phone, and I am screaming out of my mouth as I'm driving, and my eyelids are still closing on me while I'm doing it. If you were sitting on the side of the road, you would just hear guitar riffs and drums, and as I go by, and my eyes would be closing on me.
Like,
Nice try,
Literally,
what the fuck was that?
nothing was stopping it.
Nice try, Caleb. We're going to sleep.
Dylan one time called it highway hypnosis, and I've never
dude,
seen
I
it the
believe it,
same.
yeah.
Because that's how I see it now. It's the
Yeah.
lines coming at you at a steady
on.
rate.
100%.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun,
and it's highway hypnosis, and it puts you out.
Yeah, dude, I completely believe that. Like that's
Yeah, I'm like I'm being hypnotized. Like
There are times where I'll be driving and listening to like a podcast and their voices are starting to put me to unease. So then I put on music and start singing along and I can prop right back up. That's
Yeah.
early mornings. I'm talking like driving on a road at 5.
I've actually one of my because dude, I've perfected the art of driving with no sleep. Like I have a lot of time, and again, that is not a brag. That is like I've just done it. 'Cause
You've
I've had to.
adapted.
Yeah, and like I found that like things that I have to engage with, like think about, like thought-provoking podcasts help me a lot. Like when I'm actively thinking about the subject they're talking about, and like chiming in your head, you know, you're
Yeah.
like, oh well, I have this thought about that. Fucking helps a lot. Like you're actively just thinking about stuff, just like going through it.
anything that's
Helps.
truly engaging, like music. If you like know the lyrics,
Yes,
then
yeah, that too.
it's like. If you know the lyrics, then it might not be as engaging because then your brain is just like on autopilot. It knows what the next word's going to be and the next melody is going to be.
I've actually had the reverse. Like
Really?
when I can like sing along to it and like really get into the song, that helps. When it's songs that I know like 1 or 2 lines, I'm like, yeah, on the road.
Yeah.
Start falling asleep.
And like I've had moments where like
Sorry for that terrible singing.
where like you know how you'll be the driver of a group and you'll go down to LA and then you'll come back and like everyone else is knocked out in the car
Right.
except you and you're fighting highway hypnosis as you're like driving down like the fucking 14
Yeah.
and I've had nights like that where I'm literally like eyelids closing on me like I gotta protect my friends like and I've like punched myself in the thigh like trying to induce pain just to, like keep myself awake, and then I'll get home and I'll get everybody like home safe, and then I have one person left to get back to the house to their place, and it's just them and me, and we'll spark up conversation, and that conversation alone will be engaging enough to wake me the fuck up.
Yep.
Like
And then
I
you
was
can't go to
never
bed.
drowsing off.
Dude.
And so like there was one time that exact thing happened. I was dropping off a friend and she just started sparking up conversation, and I was like, 1, where the fuck was this when I was on the 14? But 2, okay, we can talk. It's going to keep me awake. And by the time like I dropped her off and started driving home, I was like, I feel way better. I'm not drowsy anymore.
I don't know. There's something about getting close to home too that like
Oh my god! It's like when you
Energizes you.
start running to the bathroom, and like the closer you get to the toilet, the more you have to pee.
Yes, yeah,
even though you
absolutely.
probably could have waited another 10 minutes if the road was longer.
right.
It's all in your head.
dude. Yeah. No, that shit happens all the time, man. Fuck, I had a point I was gonna make it, totally forgot. Moving on.
You said you were what are some of your
Singing
tactics
songs.
on mastering?
Yeah. So the thought provoking, just anything, dude. Like whether it's a book or like preferably something that has someone with not a monotone voice, because that will
Yeah.
put your ass to sleep. Like your guys' podcast, listen to you guys in the morning sometimes. Fucking awesome. That shit works. Like you guys always have thought provoking stuff. It's good.
Glad we're keeping you awake
Yeah.
and alive,
Hell yeah!
Right.
especially when you listen back on your own
Yeah.
and hear this and you go, "Oh no, I'm falling asleep."
Oh no, my monotone voice is
monotone
putting me to
voice.
sleep. Fuck. Go to sleep, Sean. Having
Go to
snacks.
sleep, future Sean.
Sleep. Having something to snack on is amazing because, like, again, it keeps you doing something.
Yeah.
When you're just sitting there, like, you know, having the noise of the road and like fucking, dude, my truck is the worst because like it rocks me back.
Dude,
and
yeah,
forth
that
to sleep.
steady hum of like that purr, the vibration.
Dude,
It just
car is the best place to sleep, which fucking sucks when you're driving and tired.
yeah.
A good one when nothing else works. A hard slap to the face.
See, when he was
I've
bringing up punching
tried
himself
that.
in the thigh,
Dude, that shit, like, no, and you have to commit, not like a, you have to like build yourself up straight up and fucking put yourself on the other side of the car, dude. Like, you need to have that pain in your face for a good 10 minutes.
That's when
That's
you
the
were
only way
talking
it
about
works. Because if
punching.
you're just like, because I have done it, dude. Like I've like smacked myself a bunch and it doesn't work, dude. It doesn't work. You have to wind up, grit your teeth, and basically like you're almost punching yourself in the face with your fucking the palm of
Open
your
hand,
hand.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. You're hitting yourself so hard. You're like, I need to report myself for domestic violence.
When you were talking about punching yourself in the thigh tub, I was like, you're probably not punching hard enough because what he's talking about, I'd hit myself in the face and I'd still fall asleep.
Yeah.
And what the hype of like,
Dude,
dude, I
you
gotta
have
do
to
this,
go,
dude, or I'm gonna
dude.
die. And then you just you get angry.
Yeah.
It's just pure rage that you just did that to stay awake.
Yep.
You are good.
You're good. Dude,
You are
it
wide awake.
It wakes you up. Like when I've gotten them right, because like I've had ones where I'm like, bam, oh, okay, that was good. And like 5-10 minutes, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm tired again.
Your ears got to be ringing.
Yeah, I've had
That
ones
shit
where
hurts.
like you get it so good, you're like 30-40 minutes, you're like, I'm fucking motherfucking god, literally that, dude. You're just like just raging on yourself because that sting is there,
yeah.
dude. That sting, and it works, man.
I've
It
tried
puts you
yelling
going.
at the top of my lungs. I've tried singing along to songs. It'll be like a song that I know really well, I can headbang to, whatever. And then the next song I know 1 or 2 lines, right back asleep. You slap yourself real nice and good. You show yourself some fucking love.
Yep.
And that shit, dude, you're like, cocaine. Like,
Dude, it does.
It's something new, dude.
It's like drinking a double shot of espresso, like a fucking
straight into the veins.
yeah, straight to like infused with like 9 different energy drinks.
Next time I'll slap harder.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Like
If-
punching yourself in the thigh, not so much. Slapping yourself in the face, where the brain is, where the thing that wants to go to sleep is. The straight wake up monkey.
Yeah, it's a wake up call, man.
That
You're-
dude,
you're-
slap yourself in the face, or just fire off a round in your car.
yeah, one of the two, whatever. Just pick up your 9mm. Go ahead, maybe 2. Just go.
just shoot off 2.
Yeah,
shave
that's what-
off some
I
of your
mean,
hearing.
I
Shout
do
out
that-
to my old photography professor.
Yeah, literally.
Can
Can you imagine though, like you're driving down the freeway, it's late at night, right? You're a little tired, but you're fine. You, on some coincidence, decide to turn and peek over at the truck driver next to you, and his head's nodding down, and then he just goes, hits himself in the head and just starts growling, and then
He
I'm
hits
falling
himself
back.
He
I'm
hits
letting
himself
him.
right hand, so his fucking face smacks the window.
Oh, dude, I've gotten one good one with the left, but the right hand's it brings it home, man.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah,
Just
all
crack that-
reliable.
Yep, all reliable, man.
Crack
Just-
your window on your right, just slam
Yep.
your head into it. Yeah. No, my photography professor, I think I told the story on the podcast.
You've told it before, yeah.
But he had a rattlesnake in his house. It was like his sealed off
That's
back
fine.
porch.
Yeah, I feel that.
And he didn't even
Oh.
think. He just went and grabbed his revolver and then just fired at it
oh,
again.
you did. I do remember.
Remember
the
what I
story.
said about
Yeah,
sealed off?
Yep, nuts.
And he went to the doctor and had 25% hearing loss.
Yeah, you can't hear very well.
Came into class. He's like, "Hello, class."
That's amazing.
Oh fuck! I was laughing, dude. I was laughing that entire class because he was just yelling the whole time. I was like, "I'm sorry," and he
Oh,
explained the story.
That's it's not amazing. I feel so bad, but
The guy's so
yeah,
good.
dude. We actually never had any get in our house, but fuck, dude, we had rattlesnakes. Oh, fuck ton growing up. Like, a metric fuck ton.
Sounds awful.
In somewhat relation,
I don't know how I never got bit. Seriously.
you said, and Tess has said that you have crazy stories. Do you
I've
have
got
any
some stories, man.
off the top?
mean, like I can start from the beginning. Like
Basically all I have to go off of is the look that Tess gave me as she peered into my soul and she was like, "You don't understand." Sean has stories.
here, I can start with my first memory.
Can I?
Okay, yeah.
Can I pause you before
Yeah,
you start with
of
the
course.
first? I was gonna open the windows. That's why I checked my phone for the weather. And this is the first time I've ever read this. It just says Lancaster, 85 degrees, and in between the two, it says unhealthy air quality for sensitive groups. What the fuck is going on?
Maybe we should keep it closed.
Yeah, I was like, so we're gonna not go outside.
Let's just go to your first memory and keep the windows closed.
Terrifying. Okay. So my first memory is when I'm about 2. And I remember because I was at church. I used to go to church a lot. I'm a church kid. Grew up in church. I'm a good boy.
Good boy.
That's a lie.
That doesn't make you a good boy.
I'm not a good kid. I've burned down so many orphanages. Where the fuck that
Jesus
came from?
Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ. Moving on. Just trucking forward past that.
You're in church.
Yeah, I was at church. I was at 2 years old. I remember because my dad had called, and this was like earlier in the day, and like I was really upset because I didn't get to talk to him on the phone, and like we didn't have cell phones, and like he was at work and he didn't have a cell phone, so like missing a phone call from dad was like a big deal, you know. Like, he would call us once a day, like on his lunch break or something. I was like, fuck, man, I didn't get to talk to dad. That's not what I said, obviously, because I was 2. I was just really upset.
I was in church and I just let a good loose fuck out.
Why didn't you hang dad out? Like,
Jesus fucking Christ,
Did
Dad.
that 2-year-old just fucking say fuck?
nah, I don't think
damn it,
I
you
released
asshole.
my first fuck till I was like 9.
Yes. The legal age to say the word fuck.
It makes more sense when I talk about my mom. She was a sailor, and not actually, but she would make sailors blush.
I love that saying.
Yeah, dude, it's the only way I know how to describe my mom. But so I was really upset, and then like, okay, fast forward because that's like the first part of my memory. My dad gets to church because like we have a youth group thing, and like he has Taco Bell, and I'm eating Taco Bell with him because like that was our thing. We fucking Taco Bell, man. We had a bean and cheese burrito, and we were chowing down on it. Xbox.
You're good.
One of the youth kids got there, and like he lived up the street, so he like jogged down, and like his dog was with him, and his dog always got out, and like there was like 3 or 4 other kids like at the door coming into the church, and like I was around this desk, and like I saw everybody going to pet the dog, and I fucking love dogs, so I was like, oh, I want to go pet a dog. I take a bite of burrito, and I fucking run over to the dog, and in an instant, this dog lunges at me. And like, and I've kind of told you this story.
Yeah.
This dog lunges at me. And again, I don't know if I remember this because of what people told me or because I remember it, but like I have the image in my head of this dog just jumping at me, grabbing my face, and I black out.
Oh my God.
And that's how I got this scar.
Oh shit.
John has about an inch-sized scar on the
Kinda
left
looks
side
like-
of his face.
Like
Kinda
right
looks
by
like
the temple.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
looks like Florida backwards.
That's a nice way of putting it.
And like he grabbed my face, he grabbed my like under my chin, like he punctured my jugular and just picked me up and shook me. And like I blacked out after he grabbed me. And then my next memory, or like my same day, I remember like coming out of it and just like I couldn't really see anything. Like I had something covering my face, and hearing our pastor at the time trying to calm my mom down and going, Debbie, take the rag off. I need to see how bad it is. My mom going, I'm not taking the fucking rag off. It's going to start bleeding if I take the fucking rag off. I'm not taking the fucking rag off. To a pastor. That's my mom. And just like, I like not really understanding what's happening. And then, you know, yada, 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 some other things go down. And then the ambulance gets there. And I remember riding to the hospital. And like I get like a little teddy bear, and I had this fucking teddy bear for like 15 years. It was ridiculous, Mr. Rainbow Teddy Bear.
2-year-old
He was
Chris
my baby.
Evans with a teddy bear makes me so sad.
Yeah, and like his little fire truck, it was adorable. And like I remember talking, I remember talking to the EMT lady. Like she's like, I don't even remember the fucking questions, but you know she was talking to me, asking me shit, and there we were. And then I remember sitting in the hospital bed for what seemed like 10 years, but was probably like an hour. And like I remember walking through like the ER and like being stopped by like 3 or 4 different nurses, like, oh shit, like, oh my God, this is crazy. This fucking 2-year-old has a face bitten off by a dog. And like you could see my cheek, like it was in like he tore a chunk off of my face. Like
my
you could
God.
see my cheekbone. And like my jugular was like
shooting blood out of it.
And then so like
It's not funny, but just a little fucking
It's pretty-
tiny little noise that you just the
well, I just imagine a 2-year-old's jugular vein does. It's like not like
yeah.
I can't imagine like that fucking paramedics willpower not to like break down crying as like this 2-year-old church boy who's just eating his bean and cheese burrito, got his face ripped off by a dog, and you're trying to calm him down. You're like, oh, hey, little tyke, what's your favorite? You like ice cream? Is ice cream one of your favorite foods? You're like, the only thing I like more than ice cream is living. And they're like, oh, we're gonna get you.
I really hope that was one of my answers. I don't remember. Oh god. And then
real quick, what city is this in or town? Like
Lancaster.
It's in Lancaster.
Yeah, Lancaster.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Like I went to AV hospital. And like again, I remember sitting in like laying in this hospital bed for an eternity, but it was probably like an hour. And then I remember the doctor stitching me up. And here's why I remember the doctor stitching me up, because both of my parents were over the doctor's shoulder, which I feel really bad for the doctor because my mom, like, you're hurting my baby. And my dad going, he's bleeding, fix him, you motherfucker, have you hurt my son?
Oh my God.
Just like scream. And like the doctor's like, can you please just calm down? I am doing what I need to do.
A doctor.
Yeah. And like he's stitching him up. And then like, I don't remember if my dad pointed it out or if a nurse pointed it out. And they were like, oh no, his neck's bleeding. Cause like, I don't know how you didn't see that, but they were like, all right, he's done. Someone was like, he's still bleeding from his neck.
Holy fucking, go for the neck first.
I mean, it must have clotted and like gotten
Reopened.
Yeah, something must have happened because like, how do you miss a jugular
gash?
Yeah. So you can kind of see the jugular when I'm shaving, which I kind of am now. I'll show you in better light. But yeah, man, that's my first memory. And my life just kind of goes somewhere from there. In a lot of weird places.
It's like I remember 2, and then all of a sudden I was 9.
Dude, honestly, no. Some of my memories are like that. Like I'm like, how did like years 3 from 5? Like where did that go? You know. Here's another. I homeschool. I was homeschooled, which is like a lot of people were like, oh really? That's cool. You don't look like a homeschooled kid, which I take great compliment to.
Some people could probably find some way to get offended.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
You don't look like a homeschool kid.
No,
the fuck is that supposed to mean?
No, look, the guy who gets offended by that is the guy who looks like a homeschool kid. And you get offended. I'm sorry. You know, like the normal homeschooled kids look at the ones that are like the spelling bee kids who are like, I don't really care. I'm just here because my parents want me to spell and sound like that. And look, that's like, you know, I'm not hating on those kids. They're smart and they're probably going to rule the world. And that's awesome. I'm not one of those homeschooled kids. I'm not very smart.
Just because you can spell arugula at 9.
Yeah. Like I'm like, I take great compliment to it. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Thank you.
Homeschool kid bashing the homeschool kids.
Yeah. I didn't have electricity for I don't know, 14 years of my life.
Whoa!
Like actual, like, you know, every day running, like I can
flick a switch.
Yeah, at 3 PM I can go turn a light on.
This is what you and your brother were talking about when you were like, yeah, we grew up in a rough time.
I did not have like we had a well like that we had to go pump into our water tank and like fill up our water tank, and then like we would turn on our water pump and like we would have water that way.
Where was this again?
Neenak.
Bumfucked
Egypt.
Bumfucking Egypt.
Wait, the Neenak that's like out there, Neenak.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Grew up on 210th Street West and Foxville Street. I don't remember the other street, but literally we had 50 acres like in the middle of fucking nowhere. Our closest neighbor was a very nice black gentleman who we called what was his name? Marvin. That's all I knew his name. I don't even know if that was like a middle name or his real name or a nickname. It was Marvin. Yeah. He was fucking awesome. He was a really cool guy. He was a really fucking cool guy. And then the next closest neighbors were a criminal compound full of meth heads, murderers, rapists, and, you know, a whole lot of really nice people.
Hell yeah.
And that led to some pretty interesting hijinks growing up.
Oh my God.
Like, you know, once a month, or if they were feeling ballsy, twice a month, they would just come up and like kind of break into our house or steal some stuff that they wanted to. We always knew it was them, and we would get stuff back occasionally because my mom would go down with a shotgun and go, if our shit isn't back by the time we come back from church on Sunday, you're not going to make it past. Like, you're not seeing next Sunday.
Yeah.
Mom was a fucking badass, dude. She, that's a whole nother story. Actually, I'm
By the time I get home from church, you better have my shit at the porch.
My mom was not a redneck, but fuck, she was a redneck, like horde. Like she grew up in fucking Simi Valley. Straight up Valley girl. Like she was born in Nebraska and like came out here.
There it is.
Yeah, my dad was born and raised in Kentucky.
Oh yes.
Corn fed.
Yep. I actually have a bunch of fucking family out in Kentucky that I've never met.
Damn.
Like cousins, aunts, uncles, and shit that I'm.
It is a weird area, I will tell you that.
I believe you.
It's very odd
Yeah.
out there. Shout out to
and like my dad was in the military and like made it out here to California and was like, fucking.
So this compound, was it like? It's not like a penitentiary.
No, it was
like a community.
So it was a community. So this lady, her name was Jenny Zach, who was a fucking cunt, and I think she's dead now. I hope so. She was the scum of the earth.
Let her rip.
Yeah, like she got a brain tumor. I don't know if she actually died from it or not. You know, here's to hoping.
She always talking about what comes around.
Yeah, she owned the property, and like she just. People that she knew invited people that they knew from fucking when they were in prison 10 years ago and got off on some, technicality. And like, they're just fucking awful people, like straight up. Dude.
So it was like a community of crooks living together.
Yeah. They're like at any given time, there was between 15 and 30 people. Of just the
one
most
building?
awful people. No, they probably had a bunch of different single wide trailers and homemade shacks and whatnot. Like it's just like it was.
It's like when we joke about being desert rats. It's like
no,
the actual desert rats.
Yes, yeah.
Wild.
We lived very fucking close to actual desert rats.
Would you say like what, a mile away?
Less?
Oh my
yeah, it was
God.
less than a mile.
Jesus.
Like you could walk there and it would take you 10 minutes. It was like,
so you could like see it from your place.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
like
no.
we like on we had some trees that were like that we had planted, like that my parents had planted when they first moved to the property before they went, like before the fucking shitstorm moved in, and like they kind of blocked it, but there were plenty of places from the house, like you could be in the kitchen and see the criminal compound and go, cool. They're doing fun stuff down there.
And so you had like encounters with these people regularly?
Oh yeah, constantly. And for like it was really interesting, and like I don't fully understand my parents' relationship with the entire compound because it got worse as I got older. But like I would play with the kids that were there because there were kids that lived there, and like we were friends with the kids that lived down there, and like we would play with them, and they would come up and hang out at our house, and like. It's fucking weird, man. Like,
and were the kids normal?
They were,
and then they grew up.
Yeah, and like jail has 9 kids. I think one of them's dead now. I don't really know. There's so many people out that I grew up with that are either dead, have way too many kids, or have been in prison or addicted to some kind of drug. Like it's crazy. Like you hear those people that are like, I made it out of the streets. Like. Ours were dirt roads.
I made it out of Neenack.
Dude,
I made it out of Neenack.
You can talk to well, I don't know how into it she was because she only lived out there for a little bit. But
I was about to say Neenack was. I remember Tess talking about.
Yeah. They lived a little bit like
in the better area.
They lived in the bougie part of Neenack.
Like, there's no good part of Neenack, but they lived in the better part of Neenack,
Beverly Hills part of Neenack,
which was away from all the crackheads and meth addicts and shit. But you still had to deal with them one way or another. Like, you couldn't really get away from them.
How long were you out there?
Oh God. That's a fun story. So I was like, I grew up out there, like on our 50 acres, and like we had a farm and like a bunch of other shit. Like, yeah, we actually did have a farm. It's weird thing about, like, we had goats and chickens and fucking a horse and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was out there till I was about 11, and then my grandmother sold the property out from underneath my parents because she was on the title for the property to the crackhead neighbor.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's some drama in the family. And we were forced to move. And then we found 20
You didn't
acre.
want to live with the crackheads?
I did. not. No, but no, like you know, they were fucking whatever.
Go
They
on.
were,
I just had to make the joke.
No, I know. It was an adventure. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So we were forced to move in 2004, which was right around the time my dad had a really bad stroke and like lost all functionality on the right side of his body.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he recovered really well, actually. Like he went back to work and like not fully, but like he had like we were forced to move out. Like we were moving out. He had a stroke. What was that? That November. And then he got sent to prison. That's a funny story.
How far from November did he get sent to jail?
Just before Christmas. So he was in prison, fresh off of a stroke during Christmas time. Like December 2004, we really didn't have a Christmas. Like it was just kind of like, it's December.
Keep living.
Yeah, it's December. Keep packing, boy. Like, and fuck, we had so much shit to pack, dude. We had over 20 years of shit worth, and like, you think like look at your parents and go, you have a lot of stuff, and then like triple that or quadruple it.
My grandma lived in Leona Valley for like 50, 60 years and just recently moved out like a year or two ago, moving out a house and a half stuff.
So we actually had the trailer that, because we had a single wide trailer that they moved in onto the property with to unpack, and then we had the house that we lived in to unpack, and then we had a semi trailer full of shit.
Oh my god!
Like literally full, top, bottom, back, left, right, up, down, full of shit, packed. And we had like my dad had a big ass shed, and my dad had like 4 other sheds full of like tools.
Holy
dude,
shit.
we had a fuck ton of shit. We had cars, like
livestock.
We had livestock. Yeah, that we had to move. Dude, we had a fuck ton of shit. It took like, I want to say 5 months or 6 months for us to like get everything out of there. But back to the dad went to jail.
Misery.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass, and like it was in the middle of winter.
You helped me move in a day.
Yeah, dude,
I
that's
couldn't even
like
imagine taking 5 fucking months to
That's
move.
slight work.
yeah, really. No, dude. When like someone asks me or like someone's moving, I'm like, hey, you need help? I don't mind.
Now I get it. Now I
know
understand.
moving.
Yeah.
I never understood before. I'm like, what the fuck have you done that makes moving so? I get it.
Yeah, well, and like so the house that we had, like it was actually a double wide trailer that we had like planted there, like so it was basically a house. We moved that too. That was an interesting experience because like we literally ripped the house apart.
Whoa.
Yeah, we like I don't know if you know how double wides work, but they're basically just bolted together,
Oh,
and you can take them apart and put wheels on them and drive them away.
no
That's
shit.
fucking
Yeah, they
crazy.
have axles on them, and you can take the axles off if you want, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we moved it to Roseman, down off of 140th and Roseman Boulevard.
Slowly moving your way in towards.
Yeah, I was like, so boonies, but like gross boonies because it's Roseman.
yeah.
So I'll finish my story. Got to keep getting so sidetracked. The tweakers were having some fun and fucking, like it was me, my dad, and my brother at home, and like they kept driving all around the property and like they kept fucking with our shit that we were moving. So my dad, who this was like, yeah, it was a little more than a month later after his stroke, like walks out with a shotgun and like basically just yells like, you know, get the fuck out of here, you tweakers.
Yeah.
And they called the cops on him, and we got raided like legit.
What the fuck?
When you see cops raid a house in the movies, like it's very accurate to that. Like they fucking came in, tore our house apart. Fucking, they held me and my brother. They were trying to get us to I fucking don't remember the guy's name. Not that I would say it, but he was a fucking asshole. The officer that was like, your dad's guilty. He shot at innocent people and he's going away for a really long time. It's just going to be easier if you tell us the truth. And we're like, what truth? Nothing happened because nothing happened.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, dude, these guys were and like, I get it now.
Why
Growing
defend
up,
the
like I held
tweakers?
a little bit of a grudge. What's that?
Why defend the tweakers?
Because it wasn't really like growing up, learning more about shit. It's just like you get a call about a gun owner, shooting at someone, you're going to go in.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Balls to the wall.
Like with Devin talking about, you don't know.
Yeah.
And I get that now. Like I get their demeanor now, but like at the time I was like, you all fucking suck. I hate you all.
I would too.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was an experience, and I was 11 at the time.
Yeah,
So
even that on top
interesting.
of that.
I just have like a bunch of cops telling me my dad's a fucking a felon,
Criminal.
and, criminal, and
You're like, no. The criminals are the ones who
I was
called
like,
you.
actually, if you look to your left,
You can smell the meth.
yeah. So that was a fun Christmas time.
How long was he in jail for?
It was I want to say like 2 weeks or something like that. Like it wasn't a super long time because they
That's
had
good.
nothing. There was nothing
That's
for them
good.
to hold him on. So like they held him in the detent. Like fuck, I don't remember, somewhere in LA. I don't remember where they held him, but it was somewhere in LA. They held him, and then one day we got a call, and it was like, "Hey, he's being released in like 6 hours." It was like,
Well, that's, I mean, dope.
okay,
but-
yeah. Like it was like, well, fuck, dude. Like I think we had one car at the time, and like, dude, it was
Did anything get tacked on his record?
no. They had nothing to pin on him. Like,
Wow.
They took the guns that we had. Like we had a 22, a 20 gauge rifle, and a couple of handguns, and they took all of them. And
Hold on.
that was
Okay,
it.
so you and Castle, when did Castle go to Ireland?
It was
You weren't born yet.
right.
And then when did he come back?
It was.
How old were you?
Fuck, dude. 9 or 10.
Okay, so when
so
you're
he was-
saying we,
yeah, he
you're
was back in
talking
time.
about
Yeah.
we.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was
His
there for this.
accent has stuck around since he was 10?
Yeah.
Or since
He-
he was in his teens.
Look, I'm gonna let you know a secret. He loves it.
Oh,
No,
I
it's
would
dope.
too.
I would too.
He loves it. He keeps it. You know,
I
it's
definitely
it's
let
a
it
conscious.
slip.
I was like, it's a conscious decision.
Yeah, of course it is.
100,000%.
Well, when he threw on his American accent for us when we were there, he's like, "Well, I got to talk business. I got to talk like this." I was like, "Oh, yeah, there it is."
Because how
There it
much
is.
older is he?
3 years.
Okay, so yeah, he was a teenager.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously he's holding on to it, but it's still his native.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's totally fine.
I'm telling you, there's nothing to talk about.
But you
Why the
kept-
fuck is this kid talking to me like this?
I love how he's Scottish all of a sudden.
Right. Well, he gets really angry. No.
That's why I gave up on accents because
Dude,
I
they're
always
so hard.
always mix them up.
Yeah.
Like Australian and British, they bleed into each other with me
absolutely.
all
We were
the
having a
time.
conversation about that the other day, dude. Yeah, it's so easy. Like, I'll be doing a British, and it's just like, oh, crikey. That's not
And then-
right.
I'm having tea at the
Yeah,
Outback.
right.
Outback.
Oh, fuck.
When you kept saying we, I'm sitting there like, who are you talking?
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I
it was
forgot
me. Yeah,
that
it
he
was
was
me.
back
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Well, you said,
Yeah.
how many siblings do you have?
I have 4.
Okay.
I'm the
So
youngest.
we being all of you guys?
No, it was just me and him at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, like.
Older
I don't even-
siblings?
Yes.
Because you said, because he mentioned
Oh,
his sister.
sorry. There
One
are
of 4.
4 of
You-
us. Technically, okay. Technically, there's 6
18.
of us. Technically, there's 6 of us. 2 are not blood related.
Okay.
Mm.
They're kids my parents took in.
Yeah.
They like their home situation, like not legally adopted. They just took in. My parents took in a lot of kids actually. Like it's through my fucking childhood, dude. There was probably like 100 kids in and out of my house.
Is there?
100?
Not all at once,
No, I know.
but like throughout my childhood. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is
It's
pretty
just like
fucking wild.
we were the place that it was okay to be
That
as long
ex-
as you were respectful. Like
That
you could
explains
come
your
be at our
character
house.
so much more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely I get a lot of it from my parents. They taught me a lot of good values.
Like the friendliness that you have and
You grew
doors
up
wide open.
exposed to a wide color
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah, that too, dude. And like, I'm not going to get too like political or anything, but when people talk about like, oh, white people are racist, I'm like, dude, people are people to me. Like, people are people because I've always grown up with again like a wide array of people. Like,
Yeah.
it was just people in my house. You
Yeah.
know, there was no. He's got a nicer tan than I do. That was like the extent of it.
Literally. Yeah.
So, and like, I do get where people are coming from with that, and we're not going to get too far in this because I fucking hate
No.
this topic, but
It's just a point of people just
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah,
it-
fucking
it's-
running
I
their
think
mouths together.
generalizations.
yeah, it's more
Yeah.
of a scapegoat term than anything.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But so that's how I don't want to mention her name. I don't want to throw her out there like that. But that's how we know the mutual friend, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. So like, I actually met her family through church.
You what?
Met her family through church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I knew all of them.
I didn't know if you guys were like related from adoption
No,
anywhere at all.
no. I knew her, like her mom brought them to church, and like I've known all of them. Like her little brothers that
Yeah.
are now like 17, I've known since they were in diapers. Like
Oh,
one.
okay.
Like I've known them for years.
Okay. That makes so much more sense now. I didn't know about the whole like hundreds or 100 kids or however many.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like
that's so
I might
crazy.
be spoofing it a little bit, but there
the
were
point-
a
If it's
fuck
over,
ton.
if it's over 5 kids, it's a lot.
It was way over
Scores.
5.
Yeah,
Way
like
over 5.
if you go over 50, you call it 100. Who fucking cares? 'Cause
Yeah,
at
there's
that
no
point you're
difference at
losing
that point.
count.
Right.
If you've
So-
had multiple kids of the same name, you've had a lot of kids.
You have your brother,
Yes.
who is your full or half brother.
Full.
And then you have
Oh, I forgot about him. I have a half brother too.
huh?
I have a half brother
Oh,
too.
I forgot about him.
I did. Well, because I never met him, but I have a half brother too.
Okay, so the ones that you were considering. So is it 4 or 5 of you?
It's 6. So including me, there's 6, not including the half brother.
Okay, so 5. Wait,
Yes.
not including the half brother.
Not including the half brother.
There's 6 of you.
we don't talk about the half
We don't
brother.
talk about that. No, okay. So here, I'll explain.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so
please.
I'm the youngest of like the blood relatives, which there are 4 of us.
Oh, okay.
There's me, my Castle,
Yeah.
I and I. We have another sister and an oldest sister,
Okay.
and then we have another brother who's in between myself and Castle, and then we have another brother who is older than all of us.
And the one in between is the half.
No, the half brother is on my dad was married before he went into the Marines. His wife was pregnant and didn't tell him. And then when he got back, like there's a whole thing and they got divorced. And so I have a half brother on my dad's side that I've never met. He's like 40 or no, he's like, I don't know, he's old, and he was
So
a
the one
professional basketball player in Canada. He's like 7'1".
What?
Yeah, my dad was 6'6". And like,
So much information.
and like, I think he has kids now. I don't know.
You don't speak to him, do you?
No, I've never met him. All my other siblings had. I don't know if I was not born yet.
So he knows of you guys.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the one that's in between you and Castle
Yes.
is
He's just a kid that we took in.
okay.
Yeah.
And then the one that's the oldest is another that
Same thing. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Just
where I was like,
yeah,
too
just-
many fucking dots.
yeah.
I could not
Okay,
connect.
the map is clear to me now.
Yeah,
I
just-
just,
I get it.
just troubled youth that like found their way, because like we had a lot of kids come in and out, and like they would stay at our house for like a couple weeks at a time. But like these two were there for years. Like the one that's in between me and Castle, he's a brother to me. Like he's a dumbass and he's done a lot of stupid shit, and
Yeah, of
like
course.
he's doing nothing with his life right now. I love him to death.
Yeah.
You know, like we grew up together. We grew up beating the shit out of each other. Like he's a brother to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to consider blood to be a relative. The guy
Well,
that,
dude, and I'm closer to some people that they're
Yeah.
no relation to me whatsoever than like
we're closer
Yeah.
to you than you are to your half brother.
exactly.
I love how it's like there's 6 of us and then this Canadian 7th. It's somewhere
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, which is, I mean, we can be said about most Canadians. Like, and then there's Canada. It's America's hat.
But yeah, the brother that lives with us, he's lived with us minus the year with the weird apartment situation. He lived with us for 8 years.
Oh yeah,
So, I mean, we consider him family. My
Yeah.
brothers invite him everywhere. So whenever people are like, who's this guy? I'm like, he's my brother.
Yeah.
And you don't even
yeah.
hesitate.
It's funny because the brother in between myself and Castle looks nothing like us. He's Hawaiian and white, and he's far more Hawaiian than he is white.
Yeah. I
And
was going to say, the second you said Hawaiian, I was like, yeah, nothing
Yeah,
like
he's
you.
very-
Your brother is Dwayne Johnson.
he is, yeah.
Chris Evans and Dwayne Johnson are related.
We're real close. I get to go to all the sets.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, when like, when we were younger and like we were like, yeah, this is my brother Bishop. It was like, what? It's like, all right. So he's not actually our brother, but going through the whole thing was really.
I don't
but
know. At that point, you just go, no, he's my brother. Fucking, I'm done explaining.
Yeah, mom held him in for 11 months.
Oh my God. Brought him the full term plus 8 months. Have you ever seen that fucking Parks and Rec? Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Oh, Parks and Rec.
Have you seen the bloopers where it's Andy Dwyer explaining to Ron Swanson that
Oh no, but I would love to watch it because
Dude, I watched every blooper they've ever had, and Chris Pratt is explaining to Nick Offerman that his mother held him to full term plus 8 months. He was born with a full head of hair, and then he goes, and then a full head of teeth.
You know what? I have seen that one. I think it's in the same compilation where they're trying to think of comebacks, and he's like, the Kardashians are really good at comebacks or some shit like that. Dude. I fucking died at that one. Real quick side note: I used to sell cars. I met a guy named Ron Swanson. Best day of my life. Swear to God, I have a picture somewhere of his, like a piece of mail that says Ron Swanson on it. I was like, for a minute, I was like, is this a joke? Is this guy fucking
This is
with
a
me?
gag.
Yeah, I was like, this kid, your name's not Ron Swanson. I didn't say this to him because like, but I freaked out for a full minute. I was like, what the fucker's name's Ron Swanson?
That's wild.
The guy that we had
Makes
on
no
here,
sense.
Brian Swanson. If he doesn't name, if they don't have a son, and name him Ron, or at least give him the middle name Ron.
Yes.
I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Yeah, like come on, that's a given, dude. I love Parks and Rec, dude.
Oh,
It's one of my
such a
favorite
good
shows,
fucking
dude.
show.
People are like, I'm like, how do you not watch Parks and Rec?
Parks and Rec or The Office?
I never got into The Office. Not that I'm not in, like down to it. I just never sat down and watched it.
I have Parks and Rec all the way. Like, I don't know why people think The Office is so like it's good. Don't get me wrong. I love The Office. It's a great show.
Yeah, I've never sat down and like actually watched it, but dude, Parks and Rec, I die every fucking episode. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's something that happens that I'm just like, oh my God, this is so funny.
That's so funny. Francisco's the exact
I
opposite.
know, dude. I told it. I was like, oh, dude,
Francisco's all Office and sat down and tried to do Parks and Rec, couldn't do it.
dude, I feel like that's who it is though. It's either the Parks and Rec or your Office.
It's a split. Like, I've never met somebody that said that like, they're equally good or equally. Well,
'Cause,
some people
like,
just don't like either.
Yeah,
but
I was like, because like I've watched The Office and I'm like, oh yeah, that was kind of funny, but like, or like there's like the occasional joke where I'm like, that was really good, way to go, Office. But like every episode,
I want to start an argument if
Parks
anybody's
and Rec.
like, because we being Caleb and I, we always talk about having people message us, about the podcast in general.
Right.
And every episode gets at least 90 people. So I'm like, hey, when we say like reach out to us, just yell at us, say something. I want people to, and we get
Can I be a douchey like millennial real quick?
Yeah.
and plug yourself.
No. Which
Because
whatever.
definitely doing that at the end.
I mean that's fine.
Yeah.
But no. I fucking hate people on any platform that don't like interact. Like when you're like, hey guys, give me some feedback of any kind, please.
Yeah,
I am begging you. And someone's like, hey, great pick. I'm like,
hey, great
fuck, dude. Like just anything. Like, hey, I hate the way you fucking light stuff. Do it better. Or it's like anything.
Yeah,
like
I
stop
don't-
posting. I
pick.
hate
If you
you.
ever need, like, if you want actual opinions of mine on things,
Dude, Nick, always.
send them
Consistently.
to me.
I'm going to send you
directly.
every photo I've ever taken.
Please don't. Please not. I will. I'll be such a dick and reply like
I'm sorry.
one of every 100.
I'm sorry. You sent me a file that says 2.3 terabytes.
That's not totally.
these
You're like,
photos
that's the JPEG.
Those are the JPEG files. If you want the RAWs, I got those too.
Oh my god! If you sent me 2.3 terabytes of photos that export as kilobytes, I'd be so fucking angry. That's so many
so
fucking
many
photos,
Dude,
dude.
there are people listening to this that when did these guys turn into fucking dweebs?
Dude, I've always been a fucking dweeb. I brought 4 film cameras with me for the picture today. Sorry, I ruined
I'm
it.
so excited. I'm sorry I ruined it. No,
I
the
didn't.
Photo's already up.
photo's already up.
Oh, that's right. The photo
Well,
is
no,
already.
actually, no, it's
Oh my
not.
god, we're in the future. Wait,
We're literally, it's Thursday.
photo is
Congratulations.
not.
oh, dude, wait. Hey,
Because you were not posting at midnight. I
Oh,
know
no,
that.
no.
Guys.
So, yes.
we should buy a lottery ticket. It's Thursday. Wait, no, that's not how that works.
That's not how this
That's backwards. Wait, that's backwards. Fuck. Fucked it up again. Time,
Yeah, this releases on August 8th.
This is why I can't. That's why I can't do
If
time.
only we actually knew what Thursday brought.
This is why I can't do time travel, man.
So,
fuck.
not in any like dark sense at all. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but at least in my head, it's kind of a neutral thing. It's not positive, it's not negative. But I've been thinking about that recently, where time just like it's an obvious thing, but when you really think about it and you take a grasp on it, time just keeps going.
Oh yeah.
And go like this right now. What's happening is great, but tomorrow it's gone. Like
done.
it's
Well,
it's
the
just-
sentence that you just said is already in the past.
Yeah.
right. But that's what I'm saying is it's just weird that things just keep going. Like
Right.
I'll think in my head, and I've been doing this recently, and it's really fucking weird because it's been working. But if I have, for example, the weekend coming up, Friday and Saturday, I have a back-to-back wedding. So. And I did this a week ago when I had a back-to-back wedding. So the day before, I just said, remember this sentence that you're saying to yourself now, that really long weekend is going to be in the past, and you're going to remember this exact moment. and it's just going to fly.
That's interesting.
And then on the Sunday when it's over, I wake up and I go, I remember that sentence that I said, and everything that happened in between then is now just gone.
past.
Gone, yeah.
And it's been happening, and I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, what if I could just black out? And not to say that the weddings are they're a little stressful.
Not to say I drink that much.
Yeah, I was like, Nick, especially shooting by yourself. Dude, weddings are like, fuck, dude.
Oh, I thought you were going off of his blackout thing. I could barely hear, because sometimes the fan will turn. I'll miss certain words, and behind this pop filter, I know it's thin, but I'll miss some things.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so anyway, from let's just call it a Friday, Saturday.
Right.
The weddings are sometimes difficult in the heat. When it's a nice wedding, it's a nice wedding. But from Thursday to Sunday, I almost take that as like, that didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's been weird. I'm trying to see if there's anything to that at all. Like if there's like, you can just kind of remember specific moments and it almost feels like you jumped, not a time traveling thing, but you just, it's like that part just gone.
You blink and now you're in the conscious moment and you just have the nuggets that you latch onto.
But everything is just retrospect though.
Yeah.
Because even like your hardest moments and your most difficult times, you look back on, because when it was happening, that shit fucking sucked.
Oh, dude, it was the most important
Time
thing in the world.
was going by so slow.
Then you move forward and it's all retrospect and it's a great lesson, and you think about the best parts of it and you deleted all the bad shit. But during that fucking time, it was the worst goddamn thing you ever could be going through.
Yeah.
It's just a weird fucking thing.
It is. Well, it's weird to think. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, I was just like, it's weird to think about in perspective to like other people too. Because like you hear someone talk about like, oh, dude, my car got towed. My life's going to end. And you're like, dude, I just lost my house. What's your problem? Like, get over it. And it's like, yeah, but today that was his worst thing. You know?
Yeah.
In 5 years, he might lose his house too. And then that's going to be his worst thing.
Right.
So like perspective on that. And like, that's, you know, like your hardest moment is somebody else's worst nightmare,
and
or somebody else's best lesson. And you know, absolutely just a good day for them.
It's why like, I like to joke around about the whole first world problem thing, you know, but in reality, if you don't treat your problems seriously,
absolutely,
then they will haunt you just as hard as anything else, because it's all based off of the situation that you're currently in, what your reality is.
Absolutely.
So if you think about it this way, like if you have this high prestigious job with a great what is it called, reputation,
right?
And it's your fulfilling purpose in life, and then you lose that and you go to doing nothing. You lost your reputation, you lost all your prestige, and you still have a great savings account that you can rely on and pay your bills for the rest of the year if you want. And then that person goes and like is in such a low place that they take their own life, right? Somebody else in another country would have killed to be in that position, right? Exactly. To have no job and be sad and have enough money to live comfortably in the lifestyle that they've been living their whole time in that career for the rest of the year, but just, out of work.
Yeah.
They would have killed to have that. But that didn't make that problem to that rich upper class guy who lost his life's work. It didn't make that problem any easier just because he didn't have shoes or he didn't have food.
It's all perspective.
It is. And so when people are like, when people are really, really hard on themselves because they're like, oh, I could have it so much worse. Why am I complaining if...
I hate that statement.
Dude.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Shit.
And my argument... Yeah, my argument is there's always a lower peg on the totem pole.
We could have been born in 1940, dude. Or,
dude,
well,
you literally could have born in 1840 or 1740 or 1640. We could keep going back. It just gets worse.
Yeah.
And on top of that, all you have to do is just start picking apart little things that you're taking for granted, and you can always have it worse. Oh, you lost your job, you lost your girlfriend, you lost your dog, you lost your house, you lost your money, you lost everything. Could be blind too. Could be deaf too. Could be paralyzed.
Could not have legs.
Yeah, could have amnesia, and you couldn't remember who you are for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You literally could have sciatic nerve pain, and you're on fire all the time.
Until you're dead, there can always be a worse.
Yeah, literally. And so it does nothing but diminish your own problems or your own it diminishes yourself taking your problem seriously.
Yeah.
And all it does is prolong your suffering rather than you right out the gate taking your problem as serious as you can, no matter how insignificant or life-changing it is, and fixing it.
Right.
I think there's a better way to look at that whole perspective of it could be worse is acknowledging the problems and just knowing that it can be worse. Of like, this isn't the worst. Like, I could think of a couple things that could be worse than this, but this does suck.
Yeah, of course.
Like that, I think that's a happy medium.
You have to be realistic.
Yeah,
like you
you
can't
don't-
break a nail and then cry about it. Like,
That's
okay,
where
if it hurts,
that's
it hurts.
where you can say like, dude, it could be way worse.
Yeah, but
when
like-
people are like, I locked my keys in my car. I'm like, okay, but you can get those back pretty soon here.
Right.
Like I understand that could be the hardest part of your day, and I understand that. But, and I'm not brushing it off, but it could be way fucking
Yeah,
worse.
no.
dude.
I guess I should have.
No, I'm
Like,
not saying
it's all with being
because
realistic.
it is. It's all about like the perspective and like the relativity of the situation.
Exactly.
Right.
Because
Locking your keys in your car
Yeah.
could have been the straw that broke the camel's back because the rest of your month was absolute fucking hell too.
right, yeah,
right. But
exactly.
if that's the only bad part of your day,
Well, of course, then
hey,
you're just whining.
it's okay.
Well, and people that use that as an excuse or a reason to, like have a bad day or make somebody else's problem insignificant. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you could have it worse. It's like, thanks.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the statement itself, I could have it worse, could be interpreted as you counting your blessings or diminishing your blessings.
Correct.
You could say,
Yeah, and
you
like
could say,
inflection
oh,
or like tone, how you say it
exactly.
to yourself is so important too. Yeah.
That statement is so neutral that it is completely up to you to show your personality and your character of who you are as a person when you say that statement.
Yeah.
If you say, I could have it worse, and then go off to list all the great things that you have and say, damn, I really could have it worse. Or you could say, I could have it worse, and then list all the reasons why you're being a whiny bitch and why you have no room to complain about your depression and you should have just gotten out of bed 2 days ago, but you can't do it and you're just being a fucking like scum and it's all you. There's nothing out of your control. It's all free will and you just are deciding to be shitty. And you're like, oh, it could be worse.
That actually reminds me of something, but I can actually speak to that like firsthand because I don't know from the like I was very angsty as a teen, obviously, because who isn't? And like that kind of really rolled over into like becoming
Adulthood.
an adult for me. Yeah, and like I've gotten so much better at it, but like there are times where I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm like, wait a second, stop, just calm down. What are you doing? Because perspective on everything. Because it's important, man. Like you have to really stop and look at your life. Go, where was I yesterday, or where was I 5 years ago? Was it worse then? Probably.
Dude, I don't know if you're familiar with Sam Harris.
The name sounds familiar. I don't know.
He's a very, very popular speaker right now.
Okay.
Neuroscientist. He
sure
talks
I've
a lot
heard-
about psychedelics and meditation.
I'm sure
and-
I've heard or
and
seen something from him.
brain surgery, like
Yeah.
brain science and all this shit. Anyway, he makes the statement that I love reminding myself of when I can remember it, which is when you're in a moment of frustration and you're like borderline meltdown pissed off, if you were, let's say, in like you woke up late, you were super stressed, you didn't get enough sleep, you were supposed to be in LA, you hit the 405 and it's rush hour traffic that you were supposed to beat, but now you're in it, you're going to be even later than you thought you were, and you're in this traffic and you're just writhing, you're just pissed off. He reminds you to fast forward yourself to the moment where you're on your deathbed and you would do anything to put yourself back in this exact moment that you hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would do whatever it takes to put yourself in that 405 traffic just to live again.
Dude, learning to like revel in the insignificant and like moments that are so fleeting and like, like you're pissed off. Take a moment, think about that. It's like, man, this actually feels kind of good. I'm getting some frustration out right now,
Dude.
or whatever your perspective is on
Literally,
that.
like
that is such a good, I love that, dude. Yeah. It's a way to live.
I try to remind myself of it as much as possible. Like whenever I'm feeling like excruciating physical pain, or I'm like, I have bad health and I'm really sick, or I'm really stressed, or I'm pissed off about something, when I can in that moment, but you have to be alive to even feel this.
Absolutely.
And it's better to be alive and suffer right now than it is to be dead.
Yeah,
And so I will be a million times grateful the fact that I even get the chance to live and get pissed off at things than to not live at all.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
I think that's a good note to end it on. Especially because I got editing I got to get done.
Get to editing.
That
man.
was
God,
220.
you're such a slacker.
It wasn't 220 kind of flew.
Buddy.
Is
It
there
did.
any-
It felt good.
We'll push it to, I say, another like 10 minutes of, is there anything else you want to close out, touch on, or finish off that we didn't? Because this all was a big tangent.
Oh God, yeah. This is like I don't, man.
So I don't want to cut it too
There's-
sharply if there's unanswered, if there's T's and I's that haven't been dotted and crossed.
Real quick, before you ask me, is there anything that I have said or gone through that you guys didn't get an answer on or want and like me to expand upon before we go?
We'll need another episode, but I want to hear the rest of the story up until, Dad got a stroke and then got in jail and then got out. Everything past there. Obviously, we're going to need another
Yeah.
round to go. I bet.
Oh, dude, we actually skipped a bunch too. Like I jumped ahead fucking. So my mom owned a bar.
But my thing with
Shit.
podcasts like this, when that kind of stuff happens, is like that leaves not only opportunity to talk about different stuff in the future, but on top of that, it's like it was the nature of the conversation
Yeah, of
happened
course.
the way that
Yeah,
it did.
yeah, it did. Yeah, no, it was
Definitely.
very smooth. Like
Yeah.
every transition worked really well. No, I remembered something that we were talking about fucking forever ago. We don't have to talk about it for very long, but it was before you left US Tool. And I made a statement, and like I've thought about it quite a bit, but like I'm going to refresh your memory. And
Was it about
the free, like the everything's your fault thing? Because like I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about, but I made the statement. I was like, well, I find it best, like just kind of to take blame on yourself, like just to take ownership of everything that's happened in your life, and like, it's your fault. And you were like, well, that doesn't seem right. And you're right, because I said it really wrong. I know this is coming out of nowhere, but I don't know.
No.
what-
This I'm interested.
yeah. Well,
Continue.
and why I say that is because it's not so much to put blame on yourself, but it's to take power away from people who have done things to you or situations that hold power over you. When you own a situation or you own an event, or you're like, you know what, this is what happened. Whether I couldn't have changed it or I could have, this is what'll happen next time. Like, own the event, own the thing that happened to you, and just
two completely different ways of saying
it
that.
is like, and like
Yeah.
as I thought about it, I was like, that was actually not what I meant to say, but it take ownership of your problems,
Yeah.
whether they're your fault or not. Just take ownership.
Correct,
of them.
because it's
And that's
not-
more what I meant.
Yeah, there's no point in fighting off something that happened.
Well,
you literally can't change.
Right.
What
Well, and
happened.
you're going to get stuck in yourself by going,
Correct.
well, it was this person's fault. Like there's a plethora of things that I've had happen to me, and that people have done to me, that from an outside perspective, and I've had people tell me, Sean, that wasn't your fault. That's fucked up that person did that to you. They should have tried harder. All just stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't do me any good to go, it was their fault. Because maybe it was their fault. Maybe it was.
Yeah.
But me going, I have this problem. I have this handicap. I have this issue because of someone else, doesn't help me move past it.
right.
It helps me empower it.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of or looked into Stoicism?
No, I have not.
Do you know what Stoicism is?
I do not.
Real quick, to not drag it out. Stoicism is a huge part of ancient Greek philosophy. It's a big branch of it. There's Aristotle and Plato and Socrates and all of the big names. But then there's the Stoics, and it's a big group of ancient Greek philosophers that have a very striking similarity to your mindset, which is there aren't many things at all that you can control in life. You can't control if somebody decides to just beat your ass.
Right.
You can't control if you get sick the next day. You can't control if your water turns off, if you get to put food in your belly, if an asteroid hits the world. There is very little in your control. You can put on your best face and you cannot control how someone else reacts to it.
Absolutely.
And the baseline of stoicism is the one thing that you can control is your reaction to
Yes.
everything else.
Yes.
And
It's how you take
since
it in.
that's the only thing in your control, that is where you put all of your focus and all your time and all your energy in. Something shitty happens. I can't control that. I can control how I react to it though.
and what you take away from it.
Yes. And that is that's like the butchered, shortened version of Stoic philosophy.
Right.
And so they focus a lot on like putting yourself through purposeful, like beneficial suffering and adversity, so that if shit hits the fan and you go through the worst of the worst,
Fully
you
support that.
still only control your reaction
Fully
to it.
support that.
And so
It's amazing.
I definitely think that would be something that you would pick up on so
Yeah.
quickly
Yeah.
if you were to look into
Yeah,
that.
no, dude, I completely agree with everything you just said. Like,
when you were
that's
saying it, I was
so-
like, I'm literally talking to a Stoic.
Yeah.
You're-
Hey, dude, it just, I mean, that makes sense to me because, yeah, you can't control how people react to you. You can't control what people do to you. You can't control, I mean, much in the world, but yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
what are you doing today?
if
And go
if
off
somebody
that.
rear ends you, did you control that? No.
No.
Could you have done something different? Sure. Did you have the information to? No. So it wasn't in your control.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what is?
How you react.
Exactly.
I had someone rear end me and I could have been a dick about it, but I didn't. I just got out. Didn't have a right. Like, nothing was ruined on my car. Went on with my day.
Yeah.
Like, it's because why? You know, why give
Yeah.
that energy to the universe? Why give that energy to somebody? Because, like, dude, you're gonna get fucked by someone. Because people love fucking people.
Dude, the world is constant disarray.
Yeah.
And to go with the expectation or the standard that it shouldn't be is you setting yourself
It's
up for
delusional,
constant
yeah.
frustration
Yeah, it's
and disappointment.
yeah.
Yes, it is delusional.
And you're just like I got nothing. Yeah, you're just control what you can control, and that's yourself. And that do that like when people. I'm so sorry, Nick.
No, you're fine.
Your hair looks like ice cream, by the way, and it's
Huh?
making me. Your hair looks like ice cream, and it's making me want ice cream. When people try to control how the people are doing things, or like convince them by like, you know, you need to believe this, you need to do this. No, if you want someone to believe something, you need to believe it. If you want something to do something, you need to do it. The best form of leadership, or the not best form, the only form of leadership is leading by example. And that's by doing what you want done. If you want people to do a certain thing, you need to be doing it.
Yeah. The whole bullshit ass saying that bad parents have, and I'm sorry if I just threw a ton of people's parents under the bus, but the whole do as I say, not as I do
I fucking hated
shit.
that as a kid. I never realized. Oh, whenever someone said that to me, I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Because it doesn't make sense. It's one of those things where like you grow older and your parents like, but you'll get it when you're older, and you get older and you go, fuck you, you're
Yeah.
still wrong. It's stupid.
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, children are stupid too. Like, I can up until you start to experience, and you can be fucking 30 and not have experienced life
Yeah.
and be a child. Like, it's all
100%.
about like what you've experienced in your life, and it's so obvious when people haven't experienced anything because they're children. But it's you know, children who haven't experienced anything. Like, I do get because dude, I get so frustrated sometimes. Just like talking to teenagers. Because they're like, nah, man, this is the only thing that I'm like, you're so wrong, dude. And then like, you need to experience that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like, I wish that I could go back to me and say, shut the fuck up. Listen to the people that have been alive long. Don't take it to heart. Don't like take everything as gospel. Cause I mean, don't get me wrong. Cause most adults are fucking idiots too.
Exactly.
And are just flying by the seat of their pants. But like, you know, look at people when they're like, this is what it is, you know, take it into consideration.
Yeah,
And like when you're in a situation where you can apply that advice, do it. And
See how it turns out.
See if it works out.
It might work.
You know, and if it doesn't go, all right, they're an idiot. I won't take that into the rest of my life. Like it's, yeah. I wish younger like generations would listen. Again, not as gospel. Because like I don't fucking just
take it with a grain of salt.
just go, hey, you know, that guy said that thing to me that one time, and this situation kind of sounds similar. I'm going to apply that. Oh, hey, he was right.
It fucking worked.
Weird.
It's almost as if he made the mistake that I just avoided.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing, dude. It's like when someone's like, this is the right way to do it. It's like, when someone's like, this is the way I did it and fucked up. I'm like, Okay. So don't do that. Good.
All right.
Learning from others' mistakes is amazing. All right. Good night, Nick and Nub.
Plug your shit.
Oh yeah, I do Instagram stuff. My company is Punktown TV on most everything. My personal Instagram is Anshan with 3 N's, ANNNSEAN. If you do 2 N's, you'll find some Asian guy. I don't know who he is. And then I have a portrait account that's Seabass Bash, which is just my name without all the letters. It's SEA.BASH. And that's for portraits.
Dope. That's all of it,
And
right?
That's it.
And
Yeah.
then pretty soon here.
Pretty soon, Slim Yeezus, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My Twitter handle is the real thick Yeezus.
Oh,
Is that with a K?
It's with 2 Q's.
that's why you said 2 Q's in the. I love how this wraps all the way to the beginning.
Q's, motherfucker. And I made it so I could follow sharks.
We were going to get to that.
I made it because you can follow sharks, and I got one of them to follow me. Helen the shark. She follows me.
Really?
Now. Yeah. I follow.
fuck is going on?
I follow sharks on Twitter. That's it.
I
This has
love
been
it.
the Nick and Tub podcast.
Thank you for being on, dude.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me, guys.
It's a fucking
Seriously, like
pleasure.
such an honor. I've just been wanting to sit down and talk with you guys. The fact that I'm here on the podcast is just
It was
even
a
better.
long time coming,
Yeah,
my dude.
No, dude, I'm so excited, and yeah, this was awesome.
It'll be out 2 days. What's today? Monday?
You mean
2
it'll
days,
be out
3 days?
today?
2 days, something like that.
Today is Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
Listener.
Oh,
You don't
I thought
know.
you were saying that now. I was like, wait.
You're like, wait, what day is it? Sorry, Nick.
You're good. Okay, that concludes episode 35 with. Okay, is it Basham or Basham?
It is Basham.
I've always said Basham, like bash him
You've
over
been-
the head,
You've been
but
saying it right.
I always heard Tess joking around saying it differently, and I wasn't
Yeah.
entirely sure. Okay,
Her.
with Sean.
real quick,
Yeah.
before she kills me, Taylor, I love you. I'm sorry I didn't talk about you enough.
Okay.
Next time,
All right.
we have a cute story. I'll tell you guys next time.
Excited to hear it. All right. Until next time, guys. We'll. I don't fucking know how to ever end these things. Bye.
Thank you for listening. See you on the next one.
Outro, cool.
Yeah!